Welcome to the Crashout.
Yes, sir. You're back.
Yo.
Welcome back,
Good
everybody.
people.
Episode 3, man. Episode 3, man.
Round
Let's
3.
get it. Ah,
Yeah,
man.
we live.
Yeah, we live. We
Yeah,
live.
man. You know, what's going on, everybody? We are episode 3 of the Crashout Podcast. You know, we got a lot of stuff to get into today. A lot of, crazy topics. Some related to, the fucking master class of the last episode. But, not only that, but we obviously got the beastly co-host. We got me, Nano_Blaster, but most people call me Nano. Happy to be back for episode 3. Got Mr. Sammy.
Hello. Most people know me as Sammy Namakaze, but you can just call me Sammy. And, it's good to be back. Good to, give you guys some more good content. I'm sure you enjoyed the last episode, and, of course, we got a bit more about that to talk about. Caleb?
Yo, what's good, everybody? It's me, the Speedstorm, Caleb Black Flash. I'm glad to be back. We got a lot to talk about today, a lot of spiciness. It's gonna be good.
Yes, sir, man. We got One Way Angel.
Yo. Let's go, chat. How we doing, everybody?
Yes, sir.
You got a lot of spicy stuff to talk about. With the aftermath of Nano's Lives. We got Ishnick as a special guest. And, tune in because, there was hearts broken. That's all I got to say.
For sure, man. But as Angel said, we got the homie Ishnick as our guest today. Ishnick, man, let the people know about you.
Hey, everybody. Well, I'm Ishnick. I've been playing since beta. Done a little bit of competitive. Done a whole lot of ranked. Currently number 1 in the world as far as rank goes.
Okay.
Man, you
Nice.
took Angel's spot. That's why. Let's go.
It happened.
Yeah, man.
But he did it the right way. No RB driving.
No RB driving from me.
If anything,
Okay,
Ishnick pisses people off the way he be beating everybody. But
Man, you telling me you ain't you wasn't Jimmy Traxing it up, man?
No. Of course not. I don't sit on lines. I don't collect pity points. If I win, I win. If I lose, I lose.
Okay, dope, man. That's a really dope accolade to have. I know that's not something like that's getting a number 1 spot on rank is something that majority of the people in this game will probably never be able to touch or do. So very commendable for you, Mr. Ishnick.
Appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir. So what we got is our first topic today, y'all.
Well, first, we just, week 3 in the divisions. If you haven't already, make sure you, go to the competitive Discord, stay tuned. But yeah, divisions week 3 just happened last weekend. Some of the craziest matches in Disney Speedstorm competitive scene happened. And one of those races had to deal with, our team versus the Brazilians. But yeah, we'll get into that. But first, we'll just recap the week, just in case anybody missed some of the matches. So first, what we'll get into, let's see. Let's give a preview of week 4, the week 4 races this week. If we can bring that up on screen.
1 second, I'm just posting our link.
All right.
The Speedstorm server.
I posted the pictures in the Crashout DM. So
Do you post that link like manually in all the Discords? You don't have like a bot that does that?
I don't.
Yeah.
Dry is
Like, I
dry
do it
is
for mine.
shy is dry. What's up? She said, "Oh no, I think she knows where this is going." She was there to witness a crash out. She was there to witness it.
Yeah,
That's good,
she was.
Josh. I'm glad you could be here and support the homies. It's gonna be a lit
All right,
episode.
all right. So what are we looking at right now? We're looking at
We're gonna go over the week 4 schedule of the divisions matches that are coming up this week. I posted it in the Crash Out DM. You scroll up the week 4 schedule.
Let me go ahead and download these so we can have a better picture.
Hey, hey, appreciate the support. Yeah, Shy's always, shout out to Shy. She's always out here supporting everybody in the
For real, though.
community.
No step.
One of the best Speedstorm mods across any Speedstorm stream. She's always out there.
All right, here is the rival
Hell
division
yeah.
for week 4.
All right, so for the Rivals division in week 4, the matches that will be coming up this week, we got the Storm Riders versus Speedstorm Academy 1. The second race we have in the Rivals division, we got the Dark Side Riders versus the Flaming Boomers, I believe. And in the third match of the Rivals division will be Speedstorm Academy 2 versus the Breath of the Storm. Ooh, that's Absence team. So those should be some interesting races. So make sure y'all don't miss those.
Yep.
And then now we got the Premier Division. And this week in the Premier Division, we got the Stream Snipers versus the Lowland Thunders. That's going to be spicy. That's our team versus Nalissy's team. So I think that might be tomorrow now, potentially.
Yeah, man. I mean, everybody. I'm gonna be down. I know you said you're gonna be down. Dino said he's gonna be down, and I believe Angel, you said you're gonna be down as well, right?
Yeah, now I might be a couple minutes late because I literally get off of work at 5, but I should be able to make it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, so
I could tell them. I didn't tell them a time, but I could tell them like 5:30 EST.
Yeah, that'll work. That way I can get everything situated to go live and stuff.
Yeah, make sure y'all don't miss that. Like, we just coming off of a spicy win, so I think we're gonna have another spicy match on our hands against the Lowland Thunder. So stay tuned for that tomorrow. All right, the second match of the Premier Division, we got the Space Capital Letters versus the Brazilians. So we got Manji's team versus Wolfgang's team. And then we got the Dons of Speedstorm versus the Legion of Zoom. And that's Toxic, Has, Falcon, their team versus Departed and Crusher's team. So, yeah, that's the week 4 matches for the divisions. And also, for the divisions, we're going to show you guys some of the top scorers for week 3.
While he's pulling that up, I want to say that I love the name Spaced Capital Letters. I think
that's a fire name.
hilarious.
Oh, yeah, it's unique.
And they all have their names like kind of like that, I think.
Yeah.
So it's pretty fire, man. It's pretty fire and creative.
All right, so what's it called? For week 3, here were the top scorers for the Rivals division. In first place, we had Valix. Valix went crazy. He got 70 points. We had Tom 4K in second with 69 points. We have Rapture in third with 55 points. We got Cosmic Drifter in third with 55 points. We got Starmondo in fifth with 54 points. We got Griffith in sixth with 52 points. We got, how was that, Nephorus? We got, I know I'm butchering it, but he's in seventh with 51 points. We got Batu Ranal in eighth with 48 points. We have Huestos in ninth with 47 points. And we have TYS Man and tied for ninth with 47 points. So those are your top 10 scorers for the Rivals division in week 3. Now to the Premier League. Let's see the top 10 scorers for that.
There you go.
All right, so the top scorers in the Premier League, we got in first place, we have WG Crusher, top 30 ranked player with 68 points in first.
Yes, sir. Shout out to my boy Crusher, man. Top 30, top 30.
He
Showed
did his
up.
thing.
He did.
We have
man.
we have Tyap in second with 62 points. We have Toxic in third with 60 points. We have Rugal for the Brazilians in fourth with 57 points. We got One Wing Angel, the Papia Speedstorm in fifth with 55 points. We got Caleb Black Flash in sixth with 54 points. What? We both made the
Yes,
top
sir.
10. Let's
Yes,
go. We got Maji tied for sixth with 54 points. We got Kazuki in eighth with 53 points. We got Nalissi in ninth with 52 points. And we got Fluffy Sheep tied for ninth with 52 points. So those are your top 10 scorers in the Premier Division for week 3. I told y'all last episode I was gonna make top 10. I already told y'all, and mission accomplished. So I'm happy. I'm happy with my placement.
Hell yeah.
For sure, man. For sure.
So-
Like, I definitely shout outs to both One Wing Angel and Caleb for making the top 10 list. It was
It wasn't easy.
we was against the Brazilians, and as you can see, one of their players got 57 points, Rugal. So shout out to Rugal, man, because Rugal, he's a super strong player, man. So I don't know how much people know about Rugal, but you're definitely learning more about the talent of the Brazilian players. So shout out to them, man. Hard fought battle.
Also, let's go over the standings for the Premier and the Rivals division. These are our current standings. All right, so for the Premier Division, we have in first place, the Dons have moved up. The Dons are in first place. They got 3 wins. They're undefeated. In second place, we got the Lowland Thunder. In third, we got the Stream Snipers with 2 wins. Both the Lowland Thunder and the Stream Snipers both have 2 wins, 1 loss. In fourth, we have the Brazilians. Even though they're in fourth, like they've been fighting their ass off within, these last 3 weeks. In fifth, we have the Space Capital Letters with a win. And then in sixth, we have the Legion of Zoom. Those are your standings after week 3. And now we can get to the Rivals division. All right, so the Rivals division, we have in first place the Dark Side Riders. They were definitely a dark horse. A lot of people thought the Breath of the Storm was going to be, on top for the whole time. But, that was an intense match.
I did, bro.
Yeah, so the Dark Side Riders, they showed up. So shout out to them. They're undefeated with 3 wins. We got Breath of the Storm in second with 2 wins. We got in third, the Storm Riders. We got in fourth, the Flaming Boomers. In fifth, Speedstorm Academy 2. And in sixth, Speedstorm Academy 1. So those are your week 3 standings. So head into week 4. All right, and do we want to go over the points for week 3 for the matchups, the head-to-heads? All right, so these were the point standings in the matches for week 3. So the first, we have the Stream Snipers versus the Brazilians. It literally came down to, what was it, 2 points?
3 points.
We got it done with 2 points. 181 points to 179. And what's it called? In the second match, we had the Space Capital Letters versus Legion of Zoom. The Space Capital Letters came up on top, 182 to 178. Another close match. The next match, we had the Dons of Speedstorm versus the Lowland Thunders. The Dons of Speedstorm won 208 to 152. And then we have in the Rivals division, the Storm Riders versus the Flaming Boomers. The Storm Riders won 208 to 152. And then we'll go on to the next. And then lastly, we had the Dark Side Riders versus the Breath of the Storm. The underdogs, the Dark Side Riders, won 187 to 173. And lastly, we have Speedstorm Academy 2 versus Speedstorm Academy 1, and Speedstorm Academy 2 won 197 to 163. So that is your Divisions Week 3 recap. Do we want to... Let's talk about the Brazil match, y'all. That was one of the craziest matches I've been in, even, including the World Cup, y'all. Like,
Hey man, I tried to tell y'all about Brazil earlier on.
You did, bro. You did.
Y'all sleeping on Group B, and I'm trying to tell you, man.
I don't know if I was
what
asleep.
you think it is.
Here's the thing about that, man. I never was asleep. We just didn't get to play them because in the World Cup we were in Group A, and they were in Group B. But we kept our eye on them. But it just so happened that we didn't get to play them because in the elimination round, I think they played North America, and North America ended up getting the Dubski, so we didn't get to play the Brazilians. So this was our first match against the Brazilians, and
I mean, even that NA match was close in the World Cup, so they almost made it to us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they did. So
that
they definitely brought the fight. It was so many different things that, like, one thing could have happened or changed where the results could have been different. Yep. It was like a lot of key moments, and I just want to go over some of those key moments that kind of decided the difference between the match. What's it called? I posted the links are in the group chat. Let's go to the first one, the first clip. Where it says "rip."
What do you call Caleb? You got a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, man. It was that crazy, y'all. It was that crazy.
Then hold on, it's the replay. Look at what happened here.
So this happened. What was this is race number 8 on Andy's room. Wolf was on the rail and he jumped at the end of the rail, hit the upside down version of the track, and fell to the shadow realm for like 10 seconds. The crazy thing, because here's the thing: if that doesn't happen to Wolf, he probably gets what, 3rd, 4th place, maybe 1st. It's a whole different score. So we kind of got I don't know. Stuff happens. But that was one of the reasons why we saw, like, yo, why is Wolf sitting at the finish line? But this is what happened. So that was one of the key moments that, determined the difference between, us and the Brazilians. Let's go to the next clip.
I didn't even know you could hit that.
Me either. That was like my first time seeing it.
I guess it's a Hans Tech.
Yeah, so this was another highlight of Wolf. Wolf kind of went crazy. This is the last lap, the last stretch, and he passed me and Nano. It's, look at him celebrating. Man, he did his dirty, Nano. He did his dirty.
There's not a single person in Speedstorm that has better reactions than this dude does. I tell you what, man.
Yeah, he has the best reaction. So yeah, that's impressive. I was on Will Turner. I think Nano was on Ariel, and Wolfgang came in clutch. So like I'm saying, Wolf was fighting.
He was, man. He was. Brazilians, man.
Let's go to
super strong team.
So yeah, that was another key moment in our matchup. Let's go to the third clip.
This is a nice clip right here.
So this was the last race, and we were down, I believe, and so I had to get my mic tech. That was the first door I used to kind of get ahead. And this is the last lap, so this literally came down to like one placement would have made the difference for everybody. So we got the OP door. Boom, baby. That was a key moment right there.
I ain't gonna lie, man. You was trying to have you gotten hit by those toys and being close to the door, you probably phased through the doors and not get them.
Yep, that's 100%. So I seen the toys and you see me going to the inside. I was like, wait, never mind. Let me go out.
Yeah, so good shit, Khalid.
Yeah, thank you. That was a crazy ass moment. But it didn't always look good for me. Cause let's go to the next clip. There was a moment where I kind of was traumatized with on Jasmine. I try to say I'm number one Jasmine, but it wasn't looking too good on Candy Kingdom. We got the. This is what happened to me.
Oh man, no style points either.
Yeah, no style points. I was like, I was grinding. I was like, let me get back on the track. No,
man, I thought he was
New
Tony Hawk
grind
for a
check.
second and shit.
And Caleb was
Ain't
like,
Tony Hawk, brother.
Yeah,
I
not
was
that
telling
time.
Caleb, I was
Wiped
like,
out.
yo, this all
Nano
good,
tried to-
Caleb.
Yeah, he was trying to give some positive words of affirmation. So the Brazilians, like, look, you see, the Brazilians were fighting. They was fucking giving it to us. So that was
bro.
that. Let's go to the next clip. But I had to get my get back. I had to get my get back with this is Wolf's perspective. They stunned me with Jasmine. And as he's about to pass me, I had a rush, and even though he used his fire, I used the invincibility frames to get past his fire.
Yeah.
So
Look
you can
like
see
he was like, fuck.
he was upset.
He was distraught. Because at this point in the game, like, the points are like, it's like mad close, so every placement counts, bro.
Yes, dude. So this is how close this match was between us, and then we'll show the last clip, and this is Angel. Honestly, if this doesn't happen with Angel, we might lose. Angel pulled some voodoo. I don't know what that Oswald stuff was, Angel, but this was the craziest shit I've ever seen with Oswald.
Oh man. I made
But well, that was the first one where he fucked up. But that was this is him in last place. You see him, he's in 8th place, right? Now let's go to the next clip. It's the same race. It's underneath the thumbnail in the group chat. This, I don't know how Angel did this, y'all, but check this out. So we get the first unique. He's in 8th place. He's trying to come back. He gets a unique again though. Look at this. All right. This is lap number 4. Look how long this shit lasts. Look at this one.
Bro, this dude.
2. Wait, it ain't done.
what?
3. Look what place he gets.
This dude fucking glitches through everybody, bro.
Look what play. He 3rd freaking place, dude. He put the team on his back, y'all.
He did.
Like,
and
it's so many things
happen. This same match, I actually got fucked up 3 times in this match, and 2 of them were because of my goofy unique. Kind of something similar that happened to Angel happened to me, except it just threw me off the map. But luckily, Angel ended up coming through, and getting, like, I don't know, the Speedstorm gods was on Angel's side, and that's good because that means they was on our side.
I've been trying to tell you, like, Oswald's unique lasts longer if he stuns other people, bro. You just saw it here, because I don't know how else that would have lasted that long. But.
Well, I know he got multiple though. He like chained them.
Yeah, he got 3 in a row there.
Was that 3 in a row? I was wondering. I thought it was just 1, and he was just riding that shit out.
Nah, bro. No,
he lucked out with the RNG.
Yeah, while he was using it, you could see him holding another one, and then he'll like run into the items.
Oh. Okay, so that makes sense. So Angel's the GOAT. So literally, if that doesn't happen, if like literally so many different things go different, like we lose the match. So that was a magical match for us, bro. We had to pull some magic.
I mean, if Oswald pulled that off, right, after that beginning screw up, imagine if that didn't screw up in the beginning. That could have been
man. The amount of time you would have finished ahead of 2nd place would be ridiculous.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That would have been on par with the Great Wall Skip.
But yeah, that's a janky ass map. It's literally just a rectangle that where
It
you
is.
just like everybody's just trying to exploit the autos.
Like
but
it feels
Gang-
like some bullshit always happens on that map, but it's
Yep.
like the Carnage map. Like shit goes crazy on that map, so it almost has like an entertainment factor to it.
Mhm. But yeah, so that was some of the highlights of the Brazilians versus the Stream Snipers. So shout out to the Brazilians, shout out to Wolf, Nunn, Rugal, Michael Douglas. Y'all did y'all thing, man. Y'all did y'all thing.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, that
That was
is
a great race. Definitely was a great race. And for the duration of this podcast, if you guys want to see the full race, it's going to be played in the background here. So you guys can go ahead and watch the full race going down while we go ahead and talk with the rest of the topics for tonight.
Yep. So that was the divisions recap. But we brought on Nick as a special guest. Well, let's say we got Crash Out of the Week happened just a few days ago, and and Caleb Black Flash's Twitch comments, man, it was crazy. I'm streaming, and apparently Ishnick has beef. First, it started off with Kenzo, right? So apparently Ishnick has beef with Kenzo. So Ishnick, can you talk about a little bit what's the deal between you and Kenzo?
Well, so originally, I think what it really was is that Kenzo had beef with me because, and this is what started this whole thing is that there was a race that this was kind of back when teams was kind of new, and I was still real pissed off about people abusing the system, sitting at the starting line, not racing, not respecting the process. Even if I know I'm going to lose a fight, like I'm still going to go for it, right? I'm still going to do the race. I'm still going to practice my lines. I'm still going to, get the rounds in, even if, number one is like 30 seconds ahead or whatever. That's just what it is. And I was upset with the people that weren't doing that. So, I get in this race. It's Kenzo. I saw him in somebody else's Twitch stream. I knew he was there. I sat with him. I came around the corner and I stopped with him at the finish line and didn't finish the race because, with like, we all know freaking Hardan John or whatever his name is just sits there. And I'll waste that dude's time all day long. I know the Siren will do it. I know a lot of people do it. So I kind of gave Kenzo that same treatment. And when he got moving, like I finished the race and I went and talked. I was like, man, don't do that. Like that's not cool. Just respect the process, do the thing, and then I won't have to waste both of our times. And he didn't take that too hot. So when he beats me in ranked, he'll go all the way to the finish line and just stop. Like, see, I can do it too, kind of thing. Like, all right, man, but at least I'm racing and not collecting pity points. So when I saw him in your chat, I was like, you know what, this is gonna be fun. Let's have a Crash Out live on Caleb's stream, and and I mean, honestly, it was just, I mean, I kind of enjoy it a little bit, low key, but it turned out wild, bro. So this guy gets out here talking about credit cards and has a maxed out Cruella, and it's like, bro, you didn't do that without a credit card. Like, come on, man. Like, who you calling a credit card user? Talking about how I spent my whole life savings on the game and that I'm, some loser or whatever. And all that went down. And then out of nowhere, here comes dsav. And dsav's talking some madness. I'm not even sure if I'm allowed to talk about it on YouTube, but telling me that, I'm flirting with people that I shouldn't be flirting with.
Hold on. Before we talk about or we get into that, do you have any idea like how dsav got brought into the conversation?
No, I mean, I'm assuming that he got word that I was in here talking mess, and I'm assuming that Kenzo had something to do with that. But I mean, it could have just been random, dsav was there just to back up his boy Kenzo or whatever.
Oh, are dsav and Kenzo like super cool? Because I didn't know that.
I don't know. I feel like maybe they are. I don't know exactly.
Yeah, I mean, it could be that, or it could be that just dsav was in the chat and he's seen all that and wanted to put his 2 cents in. Like, it could be a number of different scenarios of why,
Yeah.
dsav was in there.
Ishnick had to flex a little bit. He's like, first of all, talking about I'm spending my whole credit card. He said, I got a $500,000 mansion.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of did have to flex on when he was talking about how I spent my whole life savings. I was like, man, I got a $500,000 property that I pay for all on my own. It's a big ass house, a lot of land. I got cows. Like, it's a thing, right? Like, I got stuff going on. And I had to let him know that I just spend my play money on the game. So maybe he spent his whole life savings on Cruella, and that's why he's mad.
Yeah, it's I actually have the comment.
Super spicy.
Yeah, because Ishnick, some people see Ishnick as the residential Speedstorm whale, so I think he's pissed a lot of people by beating them in ranked. But the funny thing is some of the people he's beaten, like he was saying, I guess with Kenzo, maybe they have maxed out characters also. But yeah, that turned into dsav in here. And do you want me to read what happened, Nick?
Sure. I mean, if you're okay with talking about it on YouTube, I will.
Hey.
Have at it.
Yeah,
I would probably just I'd probably just anything that's sensitive, I'd probably just leave it to interpretation for the audience.
Yeah. So one thing that somehow Speedstorm drama between who's a whale and who's not a whale turned into dsav coming in the chat talking about you complain and stalk all the female streamers.
Mm-hmm.
You complain against people that don't want to race a max character. You're literally what you complained about. Said Zuzu spent too much time and Cirilla spent too much money. You're both now. So basically he's saying that not only are you a whale, you spend too much time on this game and you spend too much money. So you're the worst person on Speedstorm.
I've never complained about Cirilla spending money. And I've never complained about Zuzu spending too much time. Both of those are incorrect.
Yeah, so that's how he was coming, man. That's how he was coming in the chat.
I kind of ignored that.
And he said, "You a bum."
I'm bum. Yeah.
And then he said,
"Come on down, bro. I ain't no bum." I might look like a bum sometimes, but
he said, "Bro, I seen you going to all the female streamers and taught them up. It's weird as fuck."
Heaven forbid a guy talks to a girl.
Yeah, so that was the accusation, is that Nick is a stalker because he be flirting with women who stream on Twitch.
And you know what?
So
yeah, heaven forbid a guy goes and flirts with a pretty girl. You know what I mean? Like, how dare I? Heaven forbid. It's almost like God didn't intend for that to happen.
Yeah, that's natural. That's natural.
Spitting facts.
And
you can't just be out here. Go ahead.
I was gonna say the crazy part about all that is Ishnick be in my streams. Ishnick be in everybody's stream, male or female.
I mean, I'm in Toxic streams. I'm in Caleb streams. I'm in Proto streams. I'm in, Baron streams. I'm in, everywhere. And it's not like I'm only giving bits and subs to everybody that is only female. I'm giving gifts, bits and subs to everybody. Like, I'm not, maybe he's only in the girls' streams when I do it, and maybe he's only in girls' streams, and that's why he sees it and thinks I'm only doing it in girls' streams.
Hold on, if he's in the girl stream too with you, does that mean you might be a little jealous?
And maybe he does. Maybe he's not in the dude streams, and that's why he doesn't see me in the dude streams.
Yeah, so And then that turned into, dsav accusing you of flirting with girls and you don't know their age.
Yeah, he did say that. He said that I don't know the age of the girls that I'm flirting with. And it's like, well, if they're streaming on Twitch, they got to be at least 18, man. So this claim is weird from the get-go. And then he said that this game is for kids and that, we're playing against kids. And it's like, no, man, even if we are playing against kids, I can't talk to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's in the game, right?
Yeah. So if you're flirting with a girl in the Speedstorm community, the chances are that she grown. Because let's go over who actually watches and plays Speedstorm. Angel, can you bring up the picture? It's in the group DM. Because apparently, here's the thing. How old do y'all think the average gamer is?
I mean, they got to be 28 to 32, I would say, average. Maybe
I'd probably be saying their 30s.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think that like the average gamer is like 14 or something like that. But
so I will say this for Twitch, the minimum age to be able to stream is 13 years old. That's the youngest that you can become a streamer and be affiliated with Twitch. But I will say from my experience, the only underage people I know in Speedstorm, and they don't even stream, but the only underage people is Haz, and he's 17, and then Cam's Turbo. That's the only two people I know that are underage. That at least in the competitive scene, that is.
I think Falcon
18.
is 17 too.
Oh, and then Falcon.
And that explains the immaturity. But yeah,
damn, I put Falcon shots.
But yeah, these are freaking on my YouTube. These are my my audience. My viewers. 45% are 18 to 24, and 55% are 25 to 34. So the majority of the people that watch my videos are over 25. So this idea that there's a bunch of kids out here that we're interacting with, that's not the case at all. So for dsav to act like, oh well, you was hollering at a Speedstorm streamer, chances are she's probably like 30. And we all know who streams this game. So that was we just had to bring the stats up, because here's one thing we ain't gonna do is have somebody bring up some false allegations with no receipts to back it up. But we're showing you some receipts right here about who really plays Speedstorm. I mean, in the reality of it, like most of the young people, I feel like play like shooters, like Call of Duty, Fortnite. I feel like the older generation, or like our age, played Speedstorm and kart racers, because like when we were growing up in the 90s, when we were 5 years old, 6, 7, we were on Mario Kart 64. We were on, all the different, what was it called? Diddy Kong Racing, Muppets Racing, yes, Crash Team Racing on the PS1. Like, those are the games that were popular back in the 90s, early 2000s. So
there's a game.
So when it comes,
nobody really talks about. That was one of my favorites. It was 1080 snowboarding.
Oh, 1080 slow. Yep,
was my shit. I love.
What about SSX?
SSX tricky. It's tricky.
What?
I love it. Yes, it was kart racers back in the day. We had kart racers, we had 3D platformers, snowboarding games, and Tony Hawk skateboarding games. Those were the genre of games that we grew up on. So whenever they come out with a new platformer or snowboarding, skateboarding, kart racing game, the majority of the people that are probably going to be playing those games are probably like in their late 20s, early 30s. So here's what I don't like. What happens with Disney Speedstorm? This happens a lot when people are arguing. It's like, oh man, you tripping over a kid's game. This is a kid's game. It'd be a motherfucker be fucking 40 years old talking about, man, you playing a kid's game. What the fuck are you doing on the game then? I was like, they always, that's what people like to say when they want to downplay you. Is try to say, man, you playing the kids game. But in reality, like the majority of people who play this game are grown. Especially with the money you got to spend. Either you spending your mama's credit card or it's coming out your own pocket. So,
Yeah.
This is true.
yeah, so just wanted to bring that up when, you know, people are accusing Ishnick of, you know, talking to
Wild stuff.
people who are underage. So yeah, that
Okay.
was.
So
Go ahead.
I do want to ask for somebody to, you know, just make a really bold claim like that, because I wasn't there when all of this was happening, so I kind of just saw it based off of Caleb just showing me. And you know, with him making this claim on Ishnick, he had to. Did he have some kind of proof or anything, or was he just?
There ain't nothing out there. In fact, I invited him to bring the receipts forward, and I told him to call the cops. I said, "Go for it, man. Bring it on." I'd love to see that happen, bro. Because I tell you what, there's a couple things that would happen, right? The cops would come. They would say, "Hey, we're seizing your computer. We're seizing your phone." I would be, you know, inconvenienced at best when all this goes down. They're going to do an investigation. They're going to go through my computer. They're going to go through all my text messages and DMs in Discord. They're going to, you know, go through my Twitch and like all this stuff, right? They're going to go through all this stuff, and I'm going to have to go to court, and I'm not going to pay a lawyer because I don't need one. And then nothing's going to happen. They're going to be like, "Well, yeah, he's good." And I'm like, "All right, my turn to get back at this motherfucker that come at me." And I'm going to fucking sue the shit out of him. He's going to buy me a new computer. He's going to buy me a new phone. He's going to buy me some cows. I'm going to really fucking enjoy it. Okay? It's going to happen.
Yeah, you know, that's a fact. You know, making false accusations like that can get you in real legal trouble.
I know one thing you could sue under is defamation of character. So,
do
not want to play with that.
And then, you know, mental distress, having, you know, to give up my personal property for an investigation and having to come to court fees, you know, all this other stuff, right? Yeah, man, I sue the absolute dog shit out of this kid. Fucking come at me, bro. I swear to God, it'll be the end of your life. Like, you will be so broke for the rest of your life, you have no fucking clue.
Yeah, the lawyer fees ain't cheap, but you can't be out here slandering people. That's actually like somebody can't sue you for slander. So
yeah, and on top of that, after the suing, this kid could go to jail.
Yeah.
Imagine going to the jail over some speed storm. That's crazy.
Yep.
Speed storm be.
I mean, I will win this in the end for sure. If he decides he wants to do some shit, let's just be real here. Like, we'll do this thing.
I didn't know this, but the average age of a gamer in the United States is 35 years old.
Yep.
And the average
Gamers
age
are old.
of a female is 44. That's crazy.
So it's even older for the.
Oh, I actually didn't know that about the female.
Gamers are old.
And then the average male is 35 years old. So I mean that's crazy, you know.
You know what I think it is? I feel like our generation, we play the games, and the new generation, they watch the games. You know, they're watching Kai and Speed. They're just watching other people play games. But we're the generation that actually play the games.
Yeah. But I do feel like, you know, games like Fortnite, you know, Roblox and stuff, Minecraft, I do feel like they ushered in like the younger generation and stuff, because there's, you know, there are tons of like, you know, young kids going crazy on those games. So, you know, it's still like very populated with young games. It's just that the thing is, like, when people started playing and when games started getting big, like, we were much younger. Now everybody just grew up, so we're just older playing games. But you know, there's still gonna be young kids who still like play games and stuff. That's
Yeah,
always
yeah,
gonna be a
yeah.
thing.
Right. Roblox
Yeah, they
and
still play
Fortnite
games,
alone is probably a mass majority of, the 10 plus age group right there. And I know that because my son plays Fortnite and Roblox, and he's about to be 13 years old in a couple of days.
Can't forget about GTA, man. GTA,
Oh, yeah,
you be having a whole
GTA.
bunch of kids too.
And rated M for mature, right? That's crazy.
Yeah.
One of my buddy's kids makes games in Roblox for his friends to play. I think that
That's
shit is
fire.
wild.
I think that
Hey,
shit
that's
is cool
fire.
though, because it teaches kids how
Yeah.
to code and
Yeah.
shit like that.
Like that's building your brain, dude. Like I love that for him.
Oh,
It
I
all
will
starts
say-
at a young age now.
Who do y'all think is actually better at kart racers or Speedstorm or in general? Like, do you think it's younger people or do you think it's older people? Because I know one time I was in a Mario Kart tournament and I got beat by a 9-year-old girl. So who do y'all?
in my opinion, and not even just an opinion, but in research, statistics shows the younger players or the younger kids that play games can 9 times out of 10 beat an adult, because one, their hand and eye coordination is a lot better than an older person, and two, they just grasp the mechanics a lot easier than an older person can, because their brain is still developing, so they're learning in a lot quicker space.
And they got
Yeah.
better than we do.
I hear that a lot too, but I do think it's crazy because I guess I have examples of like kind of both being the case. So like, I used to be like really heavy into Smash Bros. Competitive. Like I used to like go to tournaments and travel to tournaments and stuff like that. And for Smash Ultimate, the best players are usually like really young, like 17 and stuff like that, like around that age. But I know for like Melee, the best players are like a little bit older though. So like Mango and Hungry Box and stuff. So I think it varies, but you definitely have a lot of information that shows that young kids definitely got the reflexes on lock, and they usually have more time and less, responsibility.
That is true. It's like, hey, all they got to do is go to elementary school, get off,
Go to elementary school.
jump on the game for 8 hours, sip their apple juice, and they be whooping on people who had a hard day at work.
Yeah, man, suck on
Stressful.
the mom titties. It's
Oh shit!
it's a.
Whoa!
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah!
Yeah, man, it's just they usually have less that they gotta tend to than grown folks. So
I think this game might be a little bit hard for the young folks because they probably on Mario Kart. Because this game does not hold your hand. You get stunned. There ain't no bullet bill. There ain't no chain chomp to bring your ass from last to first. You
There ain't no
actually
blue
have to-
shells.
there's a jumbo
Definitely no
bomb.
blue shell.
Playing
There
Jumbo.
might not be a blue shell, but we got a Jack Skellington.
But what's crazy though? Like you said though, with the kart racers and it probably being more geared, to more of us and the adult, age group. I mean, think about it. I mean, kids probably do play Mario Kart here and there, and kids probably do like Disney. But like, I don't see kids playing Space Storm, and I barely see kids
No.
play Mario Kart. It's really Fortnite, Grand Theft Auto, Roblox, fucking, those type of games, that because the majority of the kids play that. So, hey, I wanted to play with my friend. I gotta play either Call of Duty, Fortnite, GTA, something like that. They're not gonna play Mario Kart because none of their friends are playing Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Did you see? I saw something. There was like some kid was like competing in Call of Duty competitively, but because he was 6, like they disqualified him because he was too young. I think they said you got to be like, or maybe he was trying to, he was trying to compete competitive team, and I think for you to be on the competitive team, you have to be at least 12. So they
At
kicked him
least
off,
12.
but-
I think I know what kid you're
for
talking
for
about.
an M-rated game,
Right? At least 12.
Yeah, so
Right.
That is.
that's where they be at, and we all be in the high NPR, ultimate champion lobbies, grand champion lobbies. I don't see no kids in them lobbies. I see One Wing Angel in them lobbies. That's what I see.
Yeah, it is. I will say it is possible. But, I'm pretty sure there have been more that are up in the lobbies. It's just we probably don't know them.
They're probably in the low NPR.
Know their age. Yeah, I mean, I've seen camps up there.
Yeah,
But I mean, think in this case he's like an outlier though.
One thing about this game too, it doesn't have voice chat, so there's literally no way for anybody to interact with any player on Speedstorm through the game.
I wish this game had.
I wish it had voice chat. I'll be talking my stuff. I'll be talking my stuff.
This game had voice chat, bro. It will turn into Call of Duty all over again.
Yo, y'all seen that one meme video when they said if Mario Kart had voice chat and you heard everybody cussing at each other and stuff?
Yes, that was
wild, man. I have people be like, "Oh, fuck you, like you ass at the game. Nah, you fucking use your mom's credit card to buy you all the stats, shit like that."
I'll probably be cussing out her Jordan, like, get your ass.
Oh hell yeah! You always have everybody muted, bro.
Yo, for real. Can you imagine the kid cussing you out and their mom in that background like, "Hey, like,
who on the game? Who you on the game?" Fucking, I'll cuss out all the freaking Barbosa players. Like, what the fuck you doing? But
that shit be crazy, bro.
Caleb would be voice chat banned the first day.
Don't report me. Don't report me, please.
Damn, Katie said y'all would not have friends if this game had voice chat. That's crazy.
Man, yeah, the way people was toxic in this, we just talked about Ishnick and freaking dsav. Imagine that on the voice chat. Woo!
Oh man!
Every time you'd run into Ishnick online, you already know what's fucking pop up.
That's a new thing.
There would be an unwritten rule that you can't even start racing for the first 30 seconds. You got to get your shit talking out of the way, and then you go.
The part of my guy, I think you will also be voice chat banned the first day. That shit the first hour.
Yo, if you're out here, if you send people messages based on what happened in the race, you definitely will be banned on voice chat.
Part of why I sent you a DM. There's been a few people got a departed DM.
Yeah.
And yo, it'd be even funnier if not only they had voice chat in the game, but proximity chat. So like when you're in the race, whenever you're close to a racer,
I wouldn't hear departed say anything.
That's what I was just about to say. That not about the party, but like, just like one of the most burns will be like, "Man, fuck you," and then you'll be like, "Hey, I couldn't hear what the fuck you were saying. I was all the way up in the front." Yeah, that would be lit, man. But
hey,
are there any racing games with game chat?
I don't think so.
Mario Kart, but you got to get the Mario Kart app, I think.
That's ass, though.
No, was it Forza? I swear in the lobbies in Forza, you could talk to people.
Yeah, I think in Forza, yeah.
Oh, damn, that's dope.
That's actually fire. Yeah, more racing games need to do that, bro. Like, I don't know why.
Yeah, get people more engaged. You'd think Need for Speed would have that.
Hell yeah. More racing games should do that, man.
Hell yeah. Yep. More games in general. I remember I grew up in the freaking Xbox 360 era, so I was talking to all kinds of crazy people, and it's just like, that ain't a thing no more. I know some of the new generation, y'all just don't know, but we to talk hella shit to each other.
Yeah, them COD
on the game. That's probably why. It's them COD lobbies. Them COD lobbies probably made it to where all the game developers are like, you know what, we taking out voice chat.
Do that.
Yeah.
That's a lawsuit. Can't do that.
They ruined it. They ruined it for everybody.
Call of Duty lobbies were, oh my god, if you guys play Call of Duty, like Call of Duty 4 and Modern Warfare 2, oh man, those voice chat lobbies were so toxic. I mean, and not just toxic, but racist as fuck at the same time.
Yeah, dude, that was not cool. That was. It got to the point where people were saying slurs. Oh, that's just a gaming word. Like, Hell no, because they just heard it so often on the freaking COD lobbies, or well, it's like y'all say COD lobbies. I was on Halo.
No, Halo lobbies was
Halo
toxic
lobbies
too.
were dangerous too, man.
They were just as bad. Yeah, they were just as bad.
Yeah.
Oh, but
Basically, like, if you were playing any online game back then,
Online
that had
shooter.
voice chat, you was fucking like dealing with the toxicity, man.
Yep.
yeah,
And you would, people wasn't really, the reports weren't going that crazy though. Like, so people was able to get away with anything, but then, companies started, they didn't want to get the backlash of not like.
I don't
going
even. You
against
know what's
certain
crazy?
Stuff.
I don't even think it was the racism that made like a lot of these companies and game developers like turn off like PlayStation and Microsoft like turn off like voice chat or Nintendo
wasn't.
especially. I think it was grown ass men talking to fucking underage kids and then trying to like meet up with them and shit. I do remember that on the news. And then once they got news attention, they was like, "Oh, we got to take off voice chat. We got to protect the
We got to
children."
deal with this. Yeah, definitely protecting children. So I'm
guess
not mad at it. I think it would be dope to have it in a racing game.
Yes, it'll be nice to be able to talk shit while racing. Maybe
Most
one day. I got
definitely.
my fingers crossed.
Oh man, voice chat in
But I
the
will-
Speedstorm will be a whole different ball game.
Dude talking shit, and you like, bro, you use Barbosa, how you talking shit to me, and they're like, I don't give a fuck, you lost.
Oh my god, the triggering will be crazy. The triggering will be crazy.
Yeah.
Like learn how to let go, bitch.
They'll be like, uninstall the game, you're trash.
Oh my god.
Right? Fuck the game.
Yeah, man. Shit
Or
would be
especially
crazy.
in team mode now, can you imagine your own teammates talking shit? You came in last place, you garbage. This is the reason why we lost the freaking
Oh
game.
hell yeah, people
no.
definitely be talking shit about their team. Be
Here
like,
in the other
how are you
team.
level 47? Don't know how to train drift. What the fuck? Like,
We lost because of you. You let the whole team down.
Gameloft knows they turned off voice chat. This game. Oh
They
man.
just probably don't know how to program it because I feel like if they add a voice chat, all of a sudden, a lot of characters' uniques won't work no more because apparently every time they do a hot fix, it breaks something else. But, let me not be.
yeah.
But yeah, when it comes to like, people who play the game, another thing I wanted to bring up was like who really grew up on Disney characters. Like it ain't the new generation. Like Mickey Mouse, Treehouse, you know what I'm saying? Like fucking Nightmare Before Christmas, that came out in 1994. But the Toy Story, that was the 90s. Like when you really think about it, Figment's an old ass character. Most of the Disney characters in this game are from movies that were from like the late 90s, early 2000s, like early 90s. Like the people who actually have a connection to the characters in the Disney franchise are probably older adults. Like,
Yeah.
The Gen, what is it, Gen Zers? They didn't grow up on Mickey Mouse.
They have zero reason to be attached to it.
Yeah.
They grew up on Inside Out.
Yeah. And freaking,
Hey,
what's that blue dog's name?
the Blues Clues?
Bluey.
Blue's Clues. Yeah.
Bluey? Oh, Bluey.
Hey, I grew up on Blue's
Okay.
Clues.
Yeah, we grew up on Blues. They,
Damn, a handy dandy what?
like
My
Incredibles.
thinking chair.
Yeah, 'cause I'm thinking Incredibles. It ain't came out yet, but we was like kids when that movie came out. I think Incredibles 1. I forgot what year that was. But
Yeah.
I know it was before
Mid
before I
2000s,
graduated
I
high
think,
school.
right?
Yeah.
I mean,
So like when the Incredible season comes out, like it's us adults who are gonna get hype about it. Cause I'm trying to think what would the young generation, what would they get hype for?
Frozen.
Like what would be a season?
Inside
Frozen,
Out.
okay, Frozen.
Those are like one
Yeah.
of the newer like Disney movies.
Mm-hmm.
But like the
Pir-
majority of the
Pirates of the
collections
Caribbean.
here, all Parts of the
Yeah,
Caribbean, that's semi-new.
That's an older movie though.
Well,
like
yeah,
the
Pirates
early
is
2000s.
old.
Like
though.
the original trilogy, yeah, like the first trilogy, that was like what, back in like the 2010s, maybe even earlier than that.
Yeah,
Or earlier than that,
2007,
like,
2002.
Early
Yes,
2000s.
Yep.
Yeah, 2002. That was like around 9/11 type.
So
Type of
shit,
time.
if you put it in that aspect, I mean, yeah, this game is technically geared towards us in an age group because we're the ones that watch these movies as kids.
Yep.
Yeah. Most gotcha games actually feel like they're geared towards adults.
But they're the ones with the money.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if this game had like racers from like Rick and Morty and Big Mouth, then obviously.
Yeah, that's where you're gonna get the new people. Yeah, that's facts.
Mm-hmm. But I don't know. What do we have for our next topic?
Well, Nano, the last episode, you came out with your top 150, players in Disney Speedstorm, and oh man, the community's been really talking about it. Some people are pissed off about where you had them ranked. Some people were just glad. Some people was glad they made the list, but yeah, there's been a fallout. Nano's been catching some heat. So
heart's been broken. I mean, there's been a lot.
Praise.
Yeah, Team USA almost broke up.
Podcast, man.
It wouldn't be the Crashout Podcast without a Crashout.
Welcome to the Crashout.
Yes, sir. Right.
Yes,
Nano,
Nano just dig himself out of his salt hole.
I guess so Nano talk.
It was a. All right, so
talk about your experience, essentially. Yeah, talk about that.
So initially, when I came up with the idea, I just wanted to, I just thought about it, and originally I wasn't gonna do it, but then I started like thinking about it more, and I'm like, I feel like I know a lot of players in the game, and I started like feeling like I was, gonna go through with it, and then one day I just decided, fuck it, yeah, let me do it, and I was it was mainly supposed to be something that's like, nobody's ever done anything like that before, so I thought it would have been a cool idea to kind of put something out there for the community to see and like kind of gauge how people think about it and stuff. It was partly that cautious on the or I was like looking forward to what type of feedback or reactions I get. It was for fun, and I wanted to hear what kind of dialogue people would have, and I knew people were gonna crash out on it, so I just wanted to see what was gonna happen. So I put it out there, knowing full well that some feathers were gonna be flustered, and did not fail, man. Did not fail me, but it was I'm not gonna lie, man. There were a lot of people that were upset. I had mixed reactions because I had a lot of people that were upset, but I also had a lot of people that were actually happy about it, and I got some DMs and stuff about it. So I'd say mixed reception, but people would assume that the negative ones would like sting more than like the good reactions, but me, I kind of just took everything in stride. So I'm not gonna lie, I don't regret it. I don't regret doing it for one single second. In fact, I'm actually happy I did it. I'm happy I did it. So
I mean, also, pointed out, this list is solely Nano's opinion for one, and for two, Nano's experience on top of World Cup and competitive Speedstorm. So like, if Nano has a race against you and you're not in the competitive scene, 9 times out of 10 he don't know who you are. So let's put it that way. This is all his opinion, so don't take it as a factual thing. That's just in his eyes and his eyes only.
Yeah, you'd be surprised how many people told me that, oh, your list is like flat out wrong. And I'm looking at that statement. I'm like, my list is wrong. I mean, can a list be correct like this? Like, is there, if I'm basing a list based off of my personal experience and, my opinions and viewpoints, how can my list be like factually wrong. It's like I could understand if you like disagree with it, you know, that's fine. Like I don't expect anybody to 100%. If I'm ranking 150 people, it's gonna be damn near impossible to quote unquote correctly rank everybody on the list. So I expected people to, you know, not agree with the list. But I definitely think it's funny when people say it was wrong because I can I can 1,000,000% guarantee you for every person that said my list was wrong, if they made a 150 player list, they would get the same reactions. They would get the same exact reactions. And you know, but I mean I was fine with it. Like I didn't mind people getting upset at it. But like I said, I got some good feedback too, man, because you know, I've had people tag me and DM me saying like, yo, I saw the list, man. It was dope. I really enjoyed it, or I liked my spot. You know, I felt like you got a lot of people right. And even some people that weren't on it, you know, some of them were like, some people were mad that they didn't make it, you know. Some people didn't have a problem with it, and some people actually said that it was going to help them want to, you know, get better at the game because they would like to make it if I ever did another one. So I think for the most part, everybody might not have agreed with it, but I feel like it accomplished what I wanted to accomplish. So, you know, I'm happy I put it out.
Look, Katie, I might not know 150 active Speed Storm racers and that I can classify it in the top 100, but I could probably do top 100 maybe, and that's even pushing it because when you eliminate past racers that only do active, you know, there's only a handful of people that you can really like, you know what I'm saying, like actually like put on the list that are actively playing.
Especially if you want, you could use mine as a reference, like for player names.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do that. I feel like there's some people who you might have missed or maybe you don't know about, but for the most part, like I'd say you probably got like 95% of a lot of people. So yeah, I think it's a good reference for like players in the game. But
Show, man.
Nano, like after doing the list and just thinking about it and hearing input and would you change anything about the list, or are you still stand behind every single ranking, like as of right now today?
Nah, there's definitely stuff I'd change. I'm not gonna say like there's nothing I would change because you know people have brought like certain points up to me that I thought you know probably that's actually true, or I like damn I didn't think about that, or oh yeah like I might have forgot that and stuff like that. Like so it's I guess for a good example is that you guys said KH was in the USA qualifiers, and you know he beat dsav. He had a higher point, like when KH entered, he had higher points than dsav. And
speaking of the
I had dsav. Yeah, what a coincidence, right? But yeah, I actually ended up putting dsav higher on the list. Like had I remembered that, you know, I would have definitely have put KH higher, maybe dsav lower, but I would have had them at least like closer, and that might have changed other people's rankings too. But then I got to think about like, because I'm shifting those two people now, I got to think about the people that surround them or in between them and stuff like that. So, you know, it's it definitely there is definitely some stuff that I would change too.
KH, you better watch out. Now that people are, you know, saying that you better than dsav, he might accuse you of going to the Diddy party. So just be careful, KH.
That's crazy. Not the baby oil.
The baby oil. Said
Nah, but go ahead. You gonna say something, Caleb?
dsav talk about, man, you be having girls flirt with you. And Angel's like, oh, so you saying I'm at the Diddy party because women flirt with me on stream? Oh.
Nah, but I will say that I do want to make this comment, man. So I have this like big suspicion that there was a lot of people who exactly did not. So I made like a big disclaimer message like right before you get to the list on the last episode, right? It went through a lot of detail on things that I was, using to go about how I was ranking people. And based on some of the feedback I've got, a lot of people actually didn't. I have a feeling that a lot of people didn't even look at the disclaimer, or they just skipped the disclaimer, or didn't even know I had a disclaimer. Because I've heard some like complaints that I have addressed in my disclaimer. So I guess one of them is
the part that brought up dominance, not to interrupt you, but yeah, we can talk about that a little bit. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I guess we could talk about that after this point, but yeah. So I guess for like an example is like, I have a couple examples. So obviously, like I said, one of the examples was people saying that my list was wrong. Yeah, when I have a list that has a lot to do with my personal opinion, I'm not expecting it to be how everybody thinks it should be or would want it to be. I'm not in everybody's races that's playing the game. And I've heard people be like, oh man, but I've beaten this person that's ahead of me. And I'm like, yeah, well, I'm not there when you're beating them. Like, there's so many people on this list that could easily say they've beaten so many people that they're ahead of. But then I'm like, I mean, you probably do, but I'm not in all of your races 24/7, so I'm not gonna go off of that. I'm just gonna base off my personal opinion. So that's what I was doing. Another example is like, I've had like somebody said like defended William, right? He said that my list was inconsistent because I said I wouldn't put people on the list that aren't playing the game anymore, but I put people on the list that aren't playing. I literally had that whole thing in my disclaimer, and I explained it. I said people that aren't playing could still be put on the list, provided I have enough racing experience with them, knowledge of them, and they've been playing since season 4, at least on an on and off basis. Like, they've played at least consistently from season 4, because that's when I started playing, and also free to play started. So that specific comment, I addressed that already. So if that is one of your critiques, then
I think
I talked about that already.
The tier list was, I think the stream ended up being like 6 hours because, we went in depth on, everybody on the list. So I think some people might have just skipped. Oh, I just want to see top 10. So then they skip, or they skip the top 50. And then when they see something they don't like, then they're like, why do you have this person? But yeah, like you said, you already talked about it. You had I think we went over the disclaimer right before we did the list. So
we did, bro.
Yeah, you kind of talked about that. So a lot of people missed that. So, if you. So yeah, that was that.
Yeah, I was wondering if maybe the defendant said that because he heard what I said of me making my list and there's going to be active players, and maybe he got the nano list confused with what I said, and that's why he said that. That could be also a possibility too.
I mean, it is, but I mean, if that's the case, I mean.
Yeah, and I know people like. Oh, go ahead.
I still didn't say that. Like, so it's like literally the thumbnail has my name on it and my list. Like, I don't know how much clearer you could get with that.
Oh, the part that's saying Holmes' placement was controversial. Okay.
Yeah,
Here's the
but
thing: it's based on Nano's experience, and also Hone doesn't do competitive Speedstorm, so
yeah,
it's hard to.
he did join the divisions. The
Oh,
division
hey,
server, so
did the
we
list
might see
influence
some
him?
Hey,
I would
we
love
might, we might.
He said, "Hold on." He said,
Listen,
"I'm gonna be number one whale. I'm gonna be number one whale."
I think my list might influence a couple things, man. It might influence a couple people to want to get a little better or go harder, man. They might be like, oh man, he like put me at the wrong spot. Nah, I gotta prove this dude wrong, or I gotta show him like that, like that's not right. So
I deserve spot 55. Hell no.
yeah, man. We already see like Crusher feeling some type of way about the top 30 spot.
Top 30. I wonder where Crusher feels like he should be on the list. That's one thing I want to know.
Yeah, see, that's one thing where that's one thing I think of too, because people will say that they feel like they should be higher, but if everybody that says that they should be higher were there, I wonder who they like. I would ask them, like I asked you guys, like who do you guys think you should be higher than, and then I'd want them to say it right then and there. So
Ooh, speaking of that, I guess one thing before I'll go to something that a tangent I want to go to, but like Dominus, I just want to say like, hey man, like you're not a whale. I'm sorry if I accuse you of being a whale. You got all level 45s, but and I've raced against you, and when you actually race and you do good and you challenge people, it's just we just don't want people doing bad behavior, man. We don't want people quitting races, in the middle of the race, because that can affect whether your teammate gets points or loses points. Because sometimes, let's say like let's say it's a 2v2. All that matters is who gets first, as long as there's everybody in the lobby. But if let's say you race your ass off, you get first, but your teammate gets leaves the lobby, then you end up losing. And so that's why we just don't want to encourage people disconnecting in races. Like I can understand maybe before when people were losing 70 points or something, but like even then, like I don't know, like it's just not something that we just
While
want
we're
to
on
see.
this topic, I want to give some flowers to a dude that is always out there doing his damnedest. And I'm talking about ranked here, obviously, because that's where I play mostly. Pivy, I don't know if it's a
oh
dude
yeah, probably I remember that name. He's one of those people where like I could have put them on, but I completely forgot, bro. Cause that's another thing too. Like some people I might have not remembered their names.
This dude or chick, whatever they may be, they never give up. Never ever have I ever seen this dude disconnect or like just give up or stop at the whatever. He's always going, man. And I beat him game after game after game after game, and he still goes. There's a lot of people that just see me and quit, and I'm like, damn, like I want to race. Like, come on, man. Pivy never quits, man, and I gotta give that dude his flowers. I have a gigantic amount of respect for him or her, whatever they may be. I just want to put that out there.
Yeah, honestly, I think
Pivy, man.
shout out to Pivy.
I definitely remember racing them. They're definitely a good racer, so definitely shout out to Pivy.
They're a really good racer. We've had a lot of like really close races, a lot of really not close races. He's beat me sometimes, like, and he would have never beat me those few times if he had just given up. You know what I mean? Like he's always getting better. I just love racing that person.
I think Ishnick is trying to put out, man. Even if things are looking bleak, don't give up, man, because you never know. Especially with a game like Speedstorm, you never know, bro.
RNG, hey, it's been some crazy photo finishes. As long as you just can stay positive and keep hope, like it's possible. Honestly, I feel like rage quitting kind of ruins a lot of games. Like, or not, or just people leaving lobbies. I know, like in fighting games, like Sparkling Zero, where you whooping on somebody, and right when you're about to beat them, they disconnect. Like that actually ruins people's gaming experience and communities, and makes people not want to play the game if they feel like, well, damn, every time I get on the game, people gonna quit and take, so I can't win. So, I guess it's a little
doing lobby bans.
Yeah. So here's the thing, though. Like, when it comes to ranked, I don't want to race by myself. If I was just trying to do a time trial, I'd do that. I want to race against real humans. So when people disconnect and I'm just doing the track by myself, it kind of puts the burden on me to finish the track, and it's not fun. So we don't want people disconnecting. So that's all. That's I'm not trying to discount your skill, but we got to call out bad behavior, whether you feel some type of way about it or not. We can't condone it.
No.
Yeah.
The fact. Also, before we piggyback off of this, the list, I just want people to know, like, when Caleb makes his list, when I make my list, when Sammy does his list, and eventually when we do a list together, I just want people to know this is all opinionated. And I hope that maybe people will do their own lists, because I'm curious to see where other people's like perspective are with placements of who they think is the best racer or who's in their top 10, stuff like that. And just let it be like a thing that everybody does, and not get controversial about it. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, I had an idea that somebody put in my chat too, and they were like, we should do a whale list too. A lot of people were interested in that.
That'd be fire. Hey, I'm for
A
it.
whales list, a time trials list.
Time trials would be fire.
Time trials would be fire. Great list.
Back in the days of the Epic Cup, there was they did time trials for immunity to things, I think is what it was, or you got to pick a ban. It was an extra ban is what it was. You got to pick your personal choice of a ban for the next race. And I think there was something else too, and it really kind of spiced things up because people were really trying hard to do those time trials, and you would do it. You'd wheel or whatever. You do it. You get a character. You get a map, and you do that. Record your race, submit it, and that was that. Like the first, the person who got it fastest, got to make the rules. So that kind of thing was actually really cool.
No, I remember those stuff, because I remember. Are you okay? So last time I wasn't there like a Genie one and like a Gantu one. I know Genie was on Castle and Gantu was on Kauai. Like, that's some crazy maps from. But
I remember those time trials, man. Those are fun.
Those were good times.
Pretty much those was fire, man. Those was fire. I thought, and it gave people incentive to do good in a somewhat time trial based thing. Because I know a lot of people are like, man, I usually only do the time trials to get the rewards, which is completely understandable. Like, I don't blame you, but it gave people, like, if you wanted this like little advantage, you would, enter this time trial competition and try to make it to where you could possibly get this advantage given to you. So I thought it was pretty fire.
Oh shit! All right, so let's. I want to ask. We talked about the reaction to your list. Let's. Sammy. I want to ask you, how did you feel about your placement on Nano's list?
Well, I know we had a conversation earlier, and I kind of went into more detail about my understanding about my placement, but for everyone obviously tuning in that wasn't there for that conversation, I pretty much said, 97, was better than I actually expected because I literally told Nano, as long as I'm top 100, and if I'm the 100th spot, I'm good because that just means I'm gatekeeping people outside of the top 100, which I'm cool with that. I could be looked at as like the final boss before you make the big list. But me at 97, honestly, I'm fine with 97 because honestly, I don't play as competitively as I should be for my rank to be higher than it should have been. And also, Nano is only taking from what he's seen. Like he hasn't seen me play to the best of abilities. Like we haven't really gotten in a lobby and said, okay, we're going for all the points possible. Like every time me and Nano played, we've just been, hanging out, chilling in the team mode, or like we'll join someone's stream and we'll just be racing for fun in their stream and whatnot in their lobbies. So I'm not gonna hold Nano for ranking me at 97, but the only thing I did hold Nano was certain people, like he just mentioned, may feel like you should be ahead of them, but because Nano doesn't see those races, it's hard for him to say, oh man, you're better than them. Which I was like, you know what, that's fine. That's why I said, because of his list is based on his experience, he's right for that. But that is also why he told us to make our own list. So even though I was ranked 97, I probably think I'm closer to maybe the 60s than anything.
Okay.
And that's just me being humble. Like I in this list, I don't like. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know most of the players on this list. I've probably raced a couple of them a couple of times, but I don't know that many people in terms of the competitive scene or the rank scene for me to be like, yeah, I don't think they're that skilled. So it's unfair for me to say, oh, I'm just completely better than everyone I see on this list. But for those I do recognize on this list, and I have beaten a multitude of times, and you hear me come out and say, man, I don't know if they should be higher than me. Well, that's where I'm coming with. But the list was acceptable to me. I didn't really have nothing bad to say about the list.
All right. Angel, what was your opinion on your ranking on Nano's list?
Hold on. I guess not to cut you off, Caleb, but kind of like what I want to piggyback off what Sammy said. If you feel like you had a problem with the list, like I don't have a problem with you having a problem with it. Like I said, it's not that serious, at least to me.
No.
And you shouldn't take it that serious too, because I am not the game love Speedstorm ranked god creator or nothing. It's just something fun I wanted to do. But if you disagree with certain things,
in USA,
I am the captain of Team USA for whatever power that gives me. But if you disagree with the list, like Caleb said, or not Caleb, but like what Sammy said, anybody can make any list they want to. So if you thought my list was complete bullshit and fuckery and I don't know what I'm talking about and I'm an idiot for making some shit. Yep. So like if you feel like any type of way, you could feel free to create your own and see where you put the people you're ranking. Like it's not if for anything, I think more people should do it because I think it'll be dope to see, just where people will place their peers. So, I definitely encourage more people to do it. And that's why I give a lot of respect to Caleb, Woman Angel, and Sammy because, yeah, I had my list and I had their name on it, but, they say they wanted to, take a swing at it, make their own list based off their own criterias, and they're gonna see how that goes. So definitely I'm looking forward to it, man, because it's about to be World War VII, bro.
Oh yeah. So Angel, you were ranked 18th on Nano's list. How did you feel about your ranking?
So in my ranking, I mean, um, I mean, everybody likes to think that they're number one in the world and shit like that. Even in my eyes, I like to think that, but I also know I'm not that. I personally, I feel like, truthfully, arguably speaking, I feel like I am a top 10 player in this game. Like, truthfully speaking, I've beaten, some of the best of the best. And even when I first started in season 2, which I was a noob in this game, I was literally competing in an Epic Cup against Silent Maxi, fucking Defended, Crusher, literally the top players in this game that was known in the Epic Cup, and I was always in the finals with these guys, hanging with these guys, and these are OG season 1 players, and I'm still, learning the game mechanically in season 2, and I'm still hanging with the best of the best. That's why, in my opinion, I always feel like, I could be a top 10 player, arguably. In a lot of people's lists, I feel like arguably I would be a top 10 player in this game. So
that's facts.
I still respect Nano's decisions because that's in Nano's eyes, that's what he feels. And I'm just like the beauty of this list for everybody else could probably put me in a whole completely different like number. So like, I still think it's a good placement, even for in his eyes, because I'm a top 20 player in his eyes.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. What about you, Ishnick? How did you feel about your number on his list?
I thought it was a little low. No.
What was your number? What was your number again?
5.
95. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 up above me.
I mean, and I understand where he's coming from with his opinion and stuff, but and I honestly I thought I'd make top 75. I did. I was like, I got it. That's gotta happen. And I know that I'm not the greatest person at this game. There are a lot of people that beat me on the regular. Dino's one of them. One Wing and I go back and forth. Toxic and I go back and forth. Toxic gets more wins on me than I get on him, but there's a lot of really skilled players out there that don't have my kind of account. They can't get my kind of MPR because they don't, they just don't have the ability to do it. And if we all played on the same, if we all played on the same level, the MPR would be vastly different, I feel. And when it comes to regulated, I don't do a whole lot of regulated, especially not now, with the ban from the World Cup and divisions and all that. I kind of let all that kind of slide by, but there's definitely 2 different games that we play in this game, right? There's the regulated game and there's the ranked game. And one thing that I think that a lot of people need to understand is that, like, the characters play completely different, right? You could be a fucking boss in ranked play because you're used to having, a racer that goes a certain speed or has the boost skill to, chain boost, more effectively than they do in regulated. Your abilities last longer. They shoot faster. They shoot harder. Whatever. Your hacks last longer. You get more. More when you have crew, right? And while a lot of people don't have the kind of crew that I have, the kind of crew that One Wing has, like, it's still skill, right? You still have to know your character and what it's capable of to be able to compete. I mean, just, and I'm not trying to throw shade or nothing, but if we look at iChill's account, like, why is everybody beating that dude? Right? Like, he's got like an account kind of like mine, but he doesn't play like I do. You know what I mean? He doesn't play like One Wing does. He doesn't play like Cirilla does. Like, people kind of thrash that dude. It is what it is. There is skill that comes along with ranked, and I think it's not highly respected because pay to win gets less respect just out the gate, right? Like it is what it is. But again, we're gonna wrap it back around to how I feel about being number 95. I'm glad that I made the list. I'm glad that I was top 100. I feel like I should have been top 75 at the very least. I'm glad that he thought about me, and maybe next time we do this list, maybe I'll be more regulated. You know what I mean? Maybe it's gonna happen.
Speaking of competitive for Nick, we definitely, need to see if we can get Nick into divisions, y'all, because I want to play Nick in a competitive level again.
Yeah, no, let's see. I know you might have felt some type of way, but y'all was talking crap. Y'all was calling people snowflakes. Y'all was talking crap. Ishnick, responded with the same energy. He was talking crap too. So,
well, actually,
just let him back.
I want to defend myself a little bit here. I didn't talk mess off the bat. Right. I came with some facts. I came with some figures. I said, hey, this is the situation. Something bad happened. The right thing needs to be done. And I was called the snowflake. I was called a baby. I was told that I didn't have the right mindset for competitive play. I was, cussed at and, all sorts of wild shit, right? Like for the first day, right? And throughout all that, I kept my cool, right? I was never disrespectful to anybody. While I was being disrespected for an entire day. And then, the next day when Doobie had asked, he asked me, whatever. He said that I got a big ego. I was like, no, man, look, this is the situation. It's not my ego. I'm saying XYZ happened. I think ABC needs to be the result. And then Nalisi started to delete my messages. I said, hey, man, you're abusing your position. He deleted that message. There was some other messages that he deleted as I was writing them. And I was like, look, man, you're a bitch for this. And he deleted that one and then kicked me out. That was the only time that I was disrespectful. And I got banned for disrespect. And his entire team disrespected me for a day. Departed said that we got what we deserved, which was disrespectful. All sorts of madness. I don't know, man. If we're banning on disrespect, like, let's fucking bring out some receipts, all right?
I'll say, hey, man, y'all let Zuzu do a lot of disrespect and calling people idiots, and y'all allowed him to stay in the divisions and have a team. So if you're gonna allow Zuzu strike 1, strike 2, strike 3, y'all should allow Ishnick to compete in divisions and not be trying to blacklist somebody when you guys also contributed to the situation.
I mean, we even had people stick up for Zuzu and got him a second chance. People are on the verge of booting him, so I think, if we're going to be impartial about things, everybody's got to be on equal footing. Otherwise, people are going to start thinking that, I guess, that some people have favoritism in this community. We don't want that.
I also want to put that out there as me personally, in my opinion, if Nick is not going to be unbanned for whatever case that happens, I feel like, all the hosts should make a vote in the division Discord to see if they want Nish back. And I almost guarantee you 99% of the community will vote for Nish to come back, Nick for to come back. I will bet money that everybody will want Nick back. And I feel like he should be back.
I love it.
Yeah. End of the day, we just want to race and compete.
Exactly. So, I want to race the best of the best, and it don't feel right that Nick wants to do it and he can't do it.
Yeah, but after this is why he was banned.
Yeah, but I will say this. I feel like the people that were on Benelux and Ishnick himself, I feel like they're all like good, respectable people, so I feel like I don't feel like it would be the hardest thing to to have Ishnick come back. I feel like everybody can be very reasonable. So
Yeah, people might have been there, they feel it at the time, but maybe looking back, maybe emotions are down and they can just be rational or be forgiving and be.
it was a tough situation, man. Emotions were high.
I've been in chats with Nalissi, and I've mentioned trying to make my way back into divisions, and he hasn't said shit to me. So, I mean, I don't know. I think he still feels kind of
Hey, maybe
I'm wrong.
every team supposedly has a vote for the division, so maybe that can be one of the things we vote on. Like
Bring Ishnick back from the shadow realm.
So Nick, you come to the division. You're allowed to come to the division. Are you going to be in a certain team that's been making waves in the Speedstorm competitive, well, not competitive, well, rank scene, put it that way?
I mean, if they want to, hell yeah.
Hold on, that is a good question. What would you want to do? Like, would you want to join a team, or would you want to make your own team?
I mean, I just want to play and have fun.
Okay,
that's what I want to do. If a team invites me, I will gladly play with a team. If I need to make a team to get in, then obviously I'll go ahead and make a team. I got my
DTs. I got my DTs.
I got the dream team. The dream team's already set up. We got like 6 people in it, so
yo, that would be a fight. That would be cool for the dream team to enter.
They already have like really good, like camaraderie and stuff. So, just adding communication and all that to the repertoire that they already have would be dope to see.
Yo, it's so crazy. One of the DT people, we talking about the list, but one of the DT people, I think it was her name is like Girl or something.
Yeah,
do you remember her name? Yeah, she actually said, hopefully one day she could make the list.
Yes.
So,
Oh.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, man, people been, it ain't as bad as some people was making it seem.
She wants to get real good at this game, dude.
Yes.
It's gonna be a good battle to see
dope.
who's gonna be the best female on Speedstorm. So
come on, stop it. We already know it's Reach.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? The party brought up another team, GG's. It's another team that's been coming around, just like DT. And DT and GG's got their own little rivalry going on.
We already got a GG on our team. We already got a GG, so don't try to take our GG.
Hey,
shout out to
is it true that or not? Is it true? Yo, I'm not gonna lie, Ishnick. You should let DT know they making rounds in the Speedstorm community, man. They getting their name up there. Like, they get recognized.
If I see it in ranked, in the official Discord, I'm like, yo, check this out, yo. People asking questions.
Yeah, cause I remember one day I just see DT on a couple people's names. I'm like, is this a new clan or something? Like, who are these guys?
Yeah.
You always gotta ask questions when you run into like new groups with this, same clan. And so that's why the Brazilian dudes was going crazy.
Yeah,
they're like in every other match.
You know what's crazy is I find that cool as hell, knowing that there's new teams and new people coming out of nowhere in the competitive scene and the ring scene, and that's pretty cool to see, and that's amazing to see, because that means this game, a lot of people talk crap about it, but this game's still getting new people and new players on a daily basis.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude, I kind of just troll through like Twitch streams, new people that are just starting the game, and like I pop in, I'm like, yo, what's up? And they're like, yeah, I really love this game, I'm getting really addicted. I'm like, awesome, I love that for you. Like, I love that for the game, right? Like, it's good to see it getting some new players, some new streamers, some like just gaining some traction. I feel
hell yeah, 100%.
So
I agree, man. I agree.
and then I'll go. Now, I'll go and give my reaction to Nano's list. I'm gonna say I disagree with him. Angel, can you show the picture on screen that I posted in the crash out?
Whoa.
We about to get spicy
man.
today.
Screenshot.
Oh man,
We about to get spicy.
man.
Caleb on bullshit tonight.
Oh man. Yo, I'm sorry, I just see something.
Hey, listen, guy. This wasn't me, man. It was Caleb. It was Caleb.
Wait, what picture am I? What am I showing up?
The one, it's like a white picture and Caleb.
Oh, I see it.
It's the one that says Caleb beat XYZ, maybe. I'm guessing.
Hold on. We gonna get to that. Hold on.
We're gonna get to
Oh yeah.
Is it in the DMs or in the actual
It's
server?
in the crash out. It's in the crash out DM.
Uh-huh.
It's a white picture with names on it.
Oh, you want me to show this? Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, he's trying to
Hey, man,
pull out
people out
names,
here.
y'all.
Oh,
People out
Paradox,
here
I'm
keeping
coming with the
receipts,
list.
man.
I
People out
gotta
here
keep the
keeping
receipts, man.
receipts,
I gotta get some respect on my name, but we gonna get to that. So
Here it is.
we gotta expose some stuff today.
Whoa.
So this is, I took a little screenshot of Nano's list. He had me at 17, he had Angel at 18, and he had Silent at number 2. He got, South Valdez number 4. He got, you see the people, Falcon number 8. I'm like, why you got me so low? Freaking Nano. So, it just so happened today, the number 2 player came back to Speedstorm in a private lobby. So I just, I made a video about, what happened, and I want to show you guys here. Podcast. So
Listen,
Angel.
this all Caleb's idea, man.
I can already taste the salt. It hasn't started pouring yet, but I can already taste the salt.
Angel, if you can scroll up above the week 4 schedule, I have a YouTube link.
All right, so this is the first YouTube link of Caleb beating South Relics and Falcon. So this is one of his videos right here.
Oh, go to do the silent one first. Do the silent one first.
So the silent one first?
Yeah.
Oh.
And after you right. I did put in put the music on. Yeah, turn that volume up too. Put the music on.
Yo.
So this was unmute that. Unmute that. Go ahead. It's a little highlight clip. Yeah, unmute it. Hold on. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, here we go. So this was today. We had a little Figment lobby going. We got a little Figment. It got some music to it. The video's going to the music. But hey, this is number
like
2.
Some Mario Kart ass music. I'm not going to front.
This is number 2 on the list. Yeah, we gotta get the music going. I don't think I can hear it. Is it playing on the video?
It is playing, but it might be because I have my filters on my mic.
Okay.
Here, let me turn my filter off. My kids are sleeping.
Yeah. Just, it's a little short.
Okay, my boy Caleb putting that work on the Figgy.
On the Figment. What happened? But he's number 2 on the list.
Hey man,
Damn, Rael, Toxic, Crusher.
Silence go there, bro.
Hey, there goes Silent one more time. Look at him. Back up.
God, there's so many balls.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
Damn. Again, that's crazy. And then this was a crazy. Look at all them freaking Jesse balls. Y'all see that shit? That shit is crazy.
That was a good fire, Caleb. I won't lie. You jumping past a little short wall to get close. That was good, man. It was good.
Caleb wins again. So hey, that's the number 2 player on Nano's list apparently. But according to Has, you really think you're as good as these players? Damn. Yes, I do. You really think you can hang with these players? Yes, I do. Video number 2.
Man,
I will say,
I was a witness to most of this that was going down, and Angel was in the top 3 majority
And this is
of the
just
time.
this is just my highlight. I didn't even bring up Angels, but number 17 player. Let's look at this video.
Man, Caleb said he
Receipts is
gonna show
wild.
my
Hold on,
Receipts
Falcon.
are wild.
Is that Falcon? Falcon and Salt Brothers. This is today. This is today. So we got the number 4, the number 8, best player in the game on Nano's list. I'm just 17, y'all. I'm just 17.
Just a mere 17.
Damn, yeah, he did me dirty right there.
Well, of course he did.
He said
Ain't a
skirt,
bunch of
skirt is crazy. He stole that right there. He stole that.
Yes, Sirski. Yes, Sirski. So I gotta go up that list, my boy. I gotta go up that list. So this is proof. This is proof. This is
Listen,
proof.
just because
proof.
I rank
No,
you
just
lower than
because-
somebody does not mean you can't get dubs on
Ne-
them. At this
Yeah,
point
ne-
of the game, you should like everybody in the top.
Nah,
you know.
it ain't just a list, man. They saying I can't even hang with these people. They was in the Epic Cup and they scored 22 points. Caleb can't hang. I'm just saying, man. It's the receipts. It's the receipts. So these are your best players in the game. I got the highlight reel. I did,
Hey man, I was watching some races.
And Angels, he's 18 and
All I
Angels.
know is that when there weren't meta racers in these races, a lot of people that were top racers in Nano's list was not anywhere to be found in the podium, bro.
Y'all can
Oh man, they getting at y'all, man.
they can say it's salt, but it's facts. It's just people get exposed and you saw. How am I salty if I got first? That's crazy.
Damn,
But,
man.
People finishing in last place, 7th place, 6th
Yeah.
place, and I'm
I
like,
don't want nobody
damn.
acting like I can't hang. And they said Silent the best player in the United States. He the max. He the USA.
Oh no, Silent's definitely cold, bro. He's
He
definitely
cold. He good. But put some respect on my name, y'all. So yes, on my list.
Caleb said he ain't going out
Put some
like that.
respect on my name.
Hey, I fuck with the energy, Caleb. I ain't mad at it, man. I ain't mad.
Nobody said Silent was bad at the game, but I got the receipts. So y'all acting like I'm not. These ain't my freaking peers or my equals. Y'all delusional. Y'all delusional if y'all think players like Silent, Maxi, Hoodie, Salt Brothers, Toxic, Falcon. If y'all think they not my equals, then y'all freaking hating. You know what I'm saying? Don't be hating on me, especially
Can't
Falcon.
spell
Don't be a
Maxi
bitch.
without
Don't be a bitch. Don't be a bitch, Falcon. Don't be a bitch, bro.
That's wild.
So,
Yeah, I would give Silent his flowers. Silent is definitely a good racer. And when Silent was more actively on the game, we did private lobbies, and Silent didn't know me at the time. You know what I mean? Because Silent was an OG player. We never really got, that really close into like the competitive scene, other than some of the Epic Cup. And he was like, "No, man, Angel, you're a fire ass racer. Like I race against you. You definitely give me a run for my money, and you beat me. Like we trade wins. So like." I think Silent's one of those players like he knows he's good, but he also knows other players are good too.
Yeah, Silent will give you your credit. He's not like Silent's not like a. How should I say?
He's not.
Like he's not like. Yeah, he's super chill. Like if you do good against him, he'll definitely give you credit and stuff. And I mean, just if you do good in general.
hold on.
Like,
After said, "Nah, you delusional because you say you're better rather than equals." The equal comment is responding to Has when I brought up different people that I see as like good players in the game, and then he said, "You really think you're as good as these players?" And I said, "Yes." So that's what that comment is. And then you said, "I say I'm better than equals." Hey, somebody got to be number one. Somebody got to be number one. Oh shit! And Toxic, another player on that on Nano's list, was it number 4 and number 5? I don't know what happened, man. Me and Angel was we was getting on them. We was getting on them today. So we got the receipts. Y'all gotta retire that Epic Cup stuff, y'all. Y'all gotta retire it.
Damn. Well, hey, let you know.
Absent, absent. I will claim the throne. You seen the video? You seen the video?
Yeah, but
you seen the video. You know, that's number 2. That's number 2.
Caleb saying, we gotta retire the Epic Cup talk. I mean, speaking of that, now just say they coming out with some solos tournaments, so we about to see some things shake up. So we will see what happens, man. It's actually gonna be pretty exciting just to see. I would actually like to see a lot of like the OG players like compete in it. I think it'll be very entertaining.
Yeah, that would be good. That really will be able to see who's on top. I can't wait for the solos and competitive speed storm that's coming up and brewing. So make sure, hey, if y'all want to get in the competitive scene, get in it now, because we will be getting these solo tournaments. I will be proving.
Even if you're not like if you're listening to this and you've never played competitive, I'd highly recommend getting into this because in my personal opinion, I feel like this is playing Speedstorm at its most like purest, most like fair, equal footing, environment. It's a lot of high level racing. You can learn a lot, meet a lot of great talent at the game. Community has a lot of cool personalities in it, and have fun and get better at the game, and
hold on.
Next time you host that, I'm next. That's all I'm saying.
And I gotta speak my truth. Paradox, you said that the list motivated Caleb. It didn't motivate, bro. I was already beating people. Like, I already was beating these people. I just had to get the receipts on it. But I will say, I'm number 1. You know what I'm saying? I will say that absent. You talk about Caleb and all. You say, I'll stand by it. And one thing I do stand by is me beating Falcon in your damn company battle, huh? So,
man,
we gonna talk about it. So,
okay, hold on. So, is Falcon and Caleb like the first official? Well, I'm not gonna say first official, but are y'all basically like rivals right now?
I got a lot of rivals, man.
I got Naruto and Sasuke out here.
I'm like Madoru Uchiha out here, and we got a lot of people a part of the freaking.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm out here.
If you know Madara has the greatest rival. So who's Hashirama then?
He got the win. He was using Maleficent, and Maleficent was carrying the load. But I won't take his stuff away from him. I'm on Figment. I'm holding it down with not Figment, a Finkelstein. And Toxic got the first round. And then the second round comes around, he's using the same character that's like kind of, strong and OP in this mode. And I'm using, other characters, lightweights. And, I get the Dubsky in the second round. Now all of a sudden, here comes Haz, here comes Nalissi, here comes Toxic, here comes man, you was using an OP character, and Sally, like, Falcon wasn't using freaking Maleficent for like the 50 races that we did. It's funny when other people win. Y'all want to give them their credit. Maybe Toxic wasn't in there, but I do remember some names. But, when other people get a win like me, they try to downplay it. They try to downplay certain people. So Falcon's been salty about that, and he think he can call somebody a bitch. But, I'll be mad too, man, if you keep losing to somebody ranked lower than you. That's crazy. But hey, man, next time you call somebody a bitch, don't leave the Discord so soon.
Oh,
damn. Okay.
How about that?
That's
How
fine.
about that? That's why I can understand why he want to call somebody a bitch, man. When I'm beating you in the Sunday Cup, when I'm beating you in the World Cup, when I'm beating you in fucking, company battles, like, bro, I'll be salty too, man. I'll be salty too.
Sheesh.
And it's crazy, Falcon, because I gave you, when we was in ranked, I gave you your respect. This is the same stream where, what's it called, dsav and want to crash out on Ishnick. We had a 1v1. We on the same team. I think you beat me. I said you won fair and square, and then you talk about, man, Caleb never changed. Like, bruh, don't do that. But, it's a lot of people who want to who think they can just disrespect people. So, you got to chill on that, Falcon. You're going to have to chill on that. So, so I'm just saying,
Especially
if I got to...
I said, especially if you spend money.
And you spend money on the game?
The party got a spicy question. He said, any of you guys got rivals?
Yes, I do. My rivals, Maxi, Silent, Softreles, Toxic, everybody on the top 10 list, that's my rival. Manji, whoever, Dino.
Okay.
Those
Hey,
are my
I fuck with
rivals.
that, man.
Those are my rivals. And I think I proved it. Today, yesterday, and the day before. So.
Yeah, I will say my biggest rival is Toxic.
I thought you was gonna say Zuzu.
Okay.
No, Zuzu. Man, Zuzu's Toxic and I whoop his ass all the time. like when it comes to me and Toxic though, we always have close races. I mean, Zuzu, like when we go blow for blow on the same character, I'm 99% of the time winning. So, Toxic actually gives me more of a hassle than Zuzu does.
Okay.
I'll say my rivals are the teams that beat me in the World Cup.
Okay.
Those two, I respect that.
Ishnick, who are your rivals?
Well, I don't even really know, man. I don't typically have like rivals that
He's number one now. Come on, man.
The new number one player, y'all.
I will do, and I actually did this with Absent a couple nights ago or last night or something. If I keep running into the same person in ranked, I'll look at their character. I'll see what kind of crew they got, and he was on Elizabeth Swan, and Elizabeth Swan's the one character in this world that will fucking make me burn with rage just because of trails. But so first I was all right. Well, I'm just gonna get on my Swan. We'll do a Swan v Swan, and but my Swan's faster. Obviously, I got the crew. He's mine's level 50. His is 49. So I was like, all right, let's do this even. Right? What characters do I have, even though they're maxed out, have the same like top speed as Swan, right? And I was like, all right, cool. And I hopped on like Vanellope. They're relatively the same, and a couple others, and we had a real good time, man. He got a couple dubs. I got a couple dubs. We were going back and forth, and I do that with people pretty often. I did it with Bestu once, the French guy, and he was on Buzz, and so I got on my Buzz, and we were going Buzz v Buzz and just going back and forth for like an hour, dude. There was like nobody else in ranked except for us. We were just going back and forth. It was a great time. So I have like daily or like my weekend rivals, and then like it kind of goes away, and then I just go with whatever happens next. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't say that. Well, actually, I take that back. I do have one person that every time I see him, this dude is like extremely aggressive. Maybe that's just his play style. Maybe he doesn't like me, but I would consider him a rival, and that's Blizzy Bly.
Hey, shout out to Blizzy Bly.
That dude knocks the shit out of me every chance he gets, and I'm like, all right, we're gonna play that way. We're gonna play that way. Yeah, I'd say that if I had to pick one person, I'd say Blizzy Bly, just because he's super aggressive when he plays me. I don't know if he's with the way with everybody else, but maybe I'm just making stuff up.
What about you, Nano? You got any rivals?
So for me, I actually don't feel like I have like anybody I'd consider like a rival in this game, because honestly, I just be like racing just to race. Like I just be wanting to race against the best and just see how I stack up. And
Yeah, but I don't feel like I have anybody like I have as a rival, or when I run into them, I'm like, ooh, like I gotta like beat this person. Like I don't have anybody like that. Toxic said, "Not all right."
Man, we was making some new rivals today, but here's the thing that we gotta stop. Like, whenever somebody like Silent wins, it's like, see, Silent came back and he had no practice and he beat all the top players. See. But then when Angel wins, you don't want to give him his flowers. Or when Caleb wins, you don't want to give him my flowers. But when one of the OGs come to the game, when they lose, oh, they lost because they haven't been on the game in a while. But when they win, oh man, they're so much better than you guys. They came without practice. Y'all gotta quit glazing. Y'all gotta quit glazing.
Yeah, who's glazing, bruh? Crusher.
Oh,
Ooh, dang.
Damn.
Y'all gotta quit glazing.
Man, Team Canada felt that one.
Rael and Silent were playing back in in teams the other day. And they kept whooping my ass, but they were also on Sully and Gantu, and I was on like Mulan or something. So I was like, all right, man, if these guys want to play this game, I'm gonna get on my Hans, and then just destroyed a bunch of randoms and never found them. And then I hopped on something else, and they had, and then I got them again. I was like, God damn it!
Nah, they're co-racers though. They're
they're good.
Mad.
They're hella good.
Talented at the game. Much respect to those
hey,
players.
Absence said we are the flowers. Hey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Nah, but I will say though, like I do think it's dope. To Crusher's point, he might have been like saying that stuff when like Silent won, but if I'm gonna like be like unbiased, I do think it is like cool to see like players like Silent take a break from the game, and then when he comes back, he's still like super like fucking good at the game.
All right,
I
well,
think that's pretty dope.
What we gotta do is quit acting like people like Silent, Maxi, whoever else, like be taking like hiatus and being retiring for games for like 10 months at a time, because they be having the most recent players, they be having the most recent characters that come out this season. But clearly,
No,
they
okay.
playing the game.
When it comes to Silent, I will say Silent is actually not in that boat exactly. Like I think Silent has been playing a little bit more recently, because I know Falcon and Toxic said they ran into him. But I do remember there were times when he has came back, and there would be characters he wouldn't have unlocked because he wasn't playing in like those seasons.
Yeah.
I will say that because in some of the private lobbies, when Silent did come back, he did say, I don't have this person, I don't have that person. So I can attest that I do remember Silent saying that when we were doing privates like a season or two ago when he was still playing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Definitely shout out to Silent, man. Definitely shout out to Silent. And, shout out to everybody that was in those private lobbies that were, you guys were in today, because that was a stacked lobby, man. A lot of amazing racers in there. A lot of amazing racers. But, I'm glad y'all did y'all thing, man. Angel and Khalid.
So,
Yeah, man.
That's my name.
I was definitely coaching them up,
Yeah, Sammy saw it. Sammy saw a lot of people get exposed, so I think me and Angel both proved why we deserve to be moved up that list. Stay tuned for Angel, One Wing Angels list. Stay tuned for Caleb Black Flash's list.
You feel like people is getting exposed? Yeah.
I mean, I will say from like my honest opinion, and I could be wrong about this, but I do feel like I do get overlooked by OGs because I did not start in season 1, day 1, and I feel like some people just exclude me just because of that, and then they get surprised when I do well and regulated. I'm like, why are you surprised? I'm like Team USA was a runner-up in the World Cup. Like, how is that still shocking to you that I'm a good player? Like, that doesn't make sense.
I mean, as far as I knew, I feel like everybody already code at the game.
No, after we not doing the Skyliner Discord crash out today. We don't want this podcast to be 6 hours long again, so we gonna say that for another episode. But we will be covering that.
Yep. But yeah, man.
Yeah.
I mean, is there like what we got for the next topic? If you know everything was said that wanted to be said about
one of the top players, and I showed the video of me racing him. Obviously, I've what's it called? Salt Rallis is one of my goats in the game. That was a video of me racing him today. But he gave me a good suggestion, he gave me some good insight. So he mentioned how he used to play on controller, and once he moved the mouse and keyboard, that he actually got faster in Disney Speedstorm by a second or two. So let's talk about who actually has an advantage when it comes to Disney Speedstorm and kart racers. Is it players that use mouse and keyboard or players that have controllers? What are you guys' thoughts?
So
Man.
I'm not gonna lie, before I heard what Sothralis told me, I would have thought that controller was like you wanted to play on controller, but according to what Sothralis says, might be a bit different.
Yeah, let's talk about some of the top players who play on mouse and keyboard. So apparently Tyap, he plays on mouse and keyboard, and he's a really good player.
He recently
There's
TQ.
Oh, he recently swapped to the mouse and keyboard.
if I recall correctly, yeah. I think it was
So
Ty.
he recently switched, and you see him killing it. We got Salt Rallis killing it on the mouse and
Don't
keyboard.
forget GQ.
And GQ, one of the OGs who made a lot of guys and put people out of game on what's it called? On the mechanics of this game. He's on mouse and keyboard.
And he was the
Yeah.
world record guy.
Yep. So maybe it does hold a lot of validity.
I wish I
I'm
could try
saying
mouse
even
and keyboard.
Ferrari's trying mouse and keyboard. You
Yeah,
saying Crusher's on Mac?
mouse and
Oh,
keyboard,
okay.
yeah.
So there might be something to said about that. I think because when you're drifting, I wonder if when you're drifting on like controller, you have to deal with stick drift, or you have to like make micro
not me.
movements with the control stick. But maybe mouse and keyboard. I think since you just have to hit a key, maybe they can hold drifts more precisely since it's just a button press.
I think one of the I think one of the things that Sothralis was saying, and if you see this, Sothralis, please correct me if I'm wrong. Is that when you're how like when you're trying to chain drift, you kind of gotta move the analog stick, like you gotta move it around and stuff, like in like the direction you're trying to. When every time you're trying to set yourself to keep the chain drift going, I think with mouse and keyboard, that same motion you're doing, you do it like frames faster on mouse and keyboard, and
But it
over
wasn't
the
even
course
just
of a
that,
race,
Nano.
it adds up. Oh, what else?
He also
what else
mentioned
was
the fact with controller players, we have like ghost presses. Like if we go for a certain turn and all of a sudden we're going in the wrong direction, we get affected by that. But keyboard players
that
don't.
sucks, bro.
Bro, it
that could
happens way
fuck your
too
whole
often.
race up.
I'm surprised this game hasn't patched that yet. Like that's weird.
Yeah. Well, honestly, I think it only happens because
We're doing it too quick or something.
Yeah, we're doing it too fast, and like we like do something on the analog.
The game
stick,
can't
like-
read our movements.
What you're saying is they need to master mouse and keyboard. That's what you're trying to say.
Let me find out, because I did get a top 4, top 5 team on this Speedster time trial leaderboard. So you telling me that if I get on mouse and keyboard, I'm potentially could get 1 or 2 more seconds?
Hey, that's what Sothralis said. That's how much it helped him. So it's
Hold on,
definitely a
I wonder if it has
possibility.
anything to deal with us using controller and the polling rate is a lot slower.
It's possible.
than just using mouse and keyboard.
It's a possibility.
But hey, I'm gonna hold it down on the controllers the best I can. Because here's the thing about
Because
the
controllers
controller.
on consoles 250 hertz, whereas if you play mouse and keyboard, you're not really affected by delay like that.
That is true.
Well, the game itself has like a 50 millisecond input timer where it reads inputs. So if you do two inputs in the same 50 millisecond time frame, one of those is going to get canceled out, and it's usually the first one.
Okay.
Well, I will say here's the thing though.
I did not know that.
It probably will take some getting used to. So I feel like if you just switch over immediately, you might not drop times immediately, but once you get used to it, like it might be a game changer. I know me, I've been playing freaking kart racer since I was like 5, so I got like 20 plus years of controller experience. So that's why like I'm comfortable on the controller. But I would, if I ever get a PC, I would be curious to try it out and just see the difference. That would be interesting to see, but
I think
the
the
looks
only
of it-
PC experience I have using a keyboard was when I played like Need for Speed Undergrounds the first
Back
time
in
it
the
came
day.
out. Exactly. And I was playing that on PC.
Windows 95.
Nah, XP.
Yeah, I do. Here's the thing about my stick drift. I actually got my PlayStation 5 controller at Walmart, and I got the warranty on it, a 2-year warranty. So whenever the stick drift gets like too bad, I'm just gonna take it back and get a new controller. But that's pretty good. Hey, having stick drift, I'll be doing okay.
Oh wait, do you have stick drift, or you mean like just like the turning thing?
Yeah, I do.
By mistake.
Yeah, I know I have stick
Okay.
drift. My controller lasted a good year, but sometimes I have to warm up the controller, spin the wheel, for a good 30 seconds, so it don't be automatically going left when I want to go right.
Yo, 10 highly recommend if you guys use controllers to definitely get insurance on them. And I highly recommend Best Buy insurance because I got an Elite Series 2 controller, and they go for $180 to almost $200 per controller. I don't spend that per controller because I only spend the insurance, which is probably like $50. So for the price of a regular controller, I'm getting a brand new Elite controller.
Angel,
Okay.
now that you mentioned that, you should try getting a Wolverine controller, a Razer Wolverine. I just got mine like last month. Honestly, I could feel the difference, and there's no stick drift because we call it the tech that they use in is like the magnets. So I'm never gonna get stick drift again.
Really? I'm gonna have to look at that guy. I think Scuff controllers are like that too, right?
Not to my knowledge, but another controller that has been doing something similar to that was the King Kong controllers for Nintendo. The third-party controller makers. Who was it? Ghoulie Kit or something like that.
Yeah. Yep. I was actually about to talk about that.
Yeah, so Razer finally came out with their own anti-stick drift controllers, and I picked it up as soon as I was able to get one.
Okay.
I've been using it on my Xbox, so I feel the difference, and I definitely like having the extra buttons, like proper back paddles and claw grip buttons that you can use in like COD and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. So it's basically like an Elite controller, right? You got the back pedals and everything like that. Okay. I want to look into that. I know Scuff controllers, they do, advertise not getting stick drift either, but they might do it a different way than the magnets that you're talking about. But I do know that's one of their big selling points is you will not get stick drift with our controllers.
Ishnick, I think you might know better than me. What's the tech that they use in the new analogs?
I don't know. I'll be honest with you. But a buddy of mine told me to get a Ghoulie Kit, and he said that stick drift is never a problem for him. He's used the same controller for like a year and a half. He's never had problems with it. It's the best controller he's ever for any console that he's ever used it. Any kind of controller. And he's like, this thing feels better. It lasts longer. like you're more accurate. It all sorts of good. So he was getting hella praise.
Yeah, I just looked it up. It's Hall effect sensors, Hall effect joysticks. Like they're not supposed to get stick drift at all.
And what? That's on like everything that uses a controller.
Yeah, it's a Bluetooth controller too. So you can hook it up to your phone. You can hook it up to your tablet. You can hook it up to any Bluetooth capable device, PC, Xbox, PlayStation, whatever. Nintendo Switch.
Okay. I actually didn't know.
All
that.
right.
Yep.
So overall, who do y'all think has the advantage? Mouse and keyboard or controller? What y'all think?
Might be mouse and keyboard.
Yeah, I'll probably go with mouse and keyboard. Like
The one thing I want to say,
got some of the best players on mouse and keyboard going.
What does
crazy.
Maxi?
Is
What does
Maxi
Maxi play
Maxi
with?
on mouse and keyboard too?
Maxi is
think
on
I seen
mouse
that.
and keyboard.
So there you go.
Uh-oh. So they cheating? No, just playing.
No, so
They
it sounds
got
like we
they
need
got
to
a
just go on mouse and
competitive
keyboard,
advantage.
Caleb, that's what it sounds like.
It sounds like I'm gonna have to plug in a mouse and keyboard into my damn PS5.
Yeah, man.
Snap.
I would definitely shout out to
All the keyboard players.
the MNK players, man, because that definitely takes some time to get used to, man. Because I never really imagined playing a racing game on MNK.
Nah.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like the micro movements that you have on the controller versus the one button that you can push to go left. You know what I mean? Like, there's definitely something to be said there. I feel I could be wrong as hell about it, but
Probably, but I guess I feel like probably WSD probably you probably could do the same ones, but with the analog stick, it probably feels like you have more control over the movements.
Yeah, they probably have to do
Definitely
more
feel that.
tapping.
I remember when I first made the move from console to PC to play this game. Like, granted, I still play with a controller on PC, but when I was doing over the tutorial before I can link my account, I was like, bro, how do people play mouse and keyboard with this? It feels so like, yeah, I don't feel what I'm supposed to feel like I do with a controller. It feels like I'm almost playing mobile with the keyboard. It's weird. If
yeah,
anyone has played this with the mobile yet.
yep.
Okay, so it sounds like mouse and keyboard win this battle. So how about let's get to the next topic. Which class in Disney Speedstorm do you guys feel like is the strongest class in the game? Is it
Right now.
defenders? Is it tricksters? Is it brawlers? Or is it speedsters? How would you rank the classes in the game?
We should let Ishnick start first since he's the guest.
Well, so I feel like in this current season right now, it's kind of built to promote the use of a speedster. It really is. So I would say that right now, speedsters are probably part of the strongest. I mean, there are outliers, right? You got Sally that is just going to destroy whatever she gets near, and she's a defender. But like, if you're just talking about, basic kit or whatever, like kind of speedsters are kind of taking it right now. You got Jasmine, just hella fast, right? Cruella, hella fast. You got people that just don't run out of boost and go very, very fast. And then you keep getting boost where other characters don't get boost. You don't get rush. You just get, your defensive kit and your uniques. And like I said, outliers, leave those alone where, Aladdin's a trickster. That doesn't make every trickster the best, right? It just means that Aladdin's fucking broken right now. But if I had to say top to bottom, I would probably say speedsters, and defender. Well, speedsters, tricksters, defenders, brawlers. I think would be my 4.
Okay.
Okay. I'm actually not mad at that.
What about you, Nano? What class do you think is the strongest in the game?
Okay, so for me, it would probably have to. So I know in before this season, at least you guys know, because we used to always go back and forth, that I had defenders as my number one, like de facto, because we'd always like debate it and stuff like that. And back then, I would always have like the data to, especially to back it up too, because I'd be using numbers in like the World Cup and stuff. And I'm not gonna lie, I still think defenders are like crazy strong. This might be a hot take, but I think low key it might be a three-way tie, man. It might be a three-way tie between defenders, tricksters, and speedsters.
They can all compete.
And if I'm gonna be honest, the only class that seems like they're falling to the wayside is unfortunately brawlers, which is crazy because I feel like when I first started playing this game, I feel like everybody thought the brawlers were just so strong, like just having to ram people and stun them and
see they were strong until their RAM got reworked.
Yep. That's stun duration, the ability to recover quicker with your combat being high and all that stuff that got changed. I mean, brawlers used to have it, but not these days, bro. Not anymore.
Yeah, it's true, man. And if you guys have noticed in competitive play, at least for the brawlers, it's not as easy for them to get as much points as the other classes because they don't have the versatility, especially with like handling characters. Like Minnie's ass. I mean, Donald's good, but Jesse is okay. But you kind of just use Jesse just because you don't got no other option. Whereas you got defenders, tricksters, and speedsters that have a plethora of handling versatility, and speedsters are really strong right now. I always thought defenders were strong. They have insane protection, and I still think their passive is insane. They definitely get hurt by the new way that they did things with if you're in first, you can't get, and you're not a speedster, you can't get boost. Or rush. It's actually less about the rush and more about the boost for me. I think for defenders, boost is like really important. And obviously trickster's got a plethora of options that have good versatility, some good top speed, always being able to I feel like tricksters aren't as hurt as, let's say, defenders, because at least if they're in first, they could still get the drift boost like faster than everybody else by just drifting 2 times. So that definitely got to account for something right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not gonna lie, man, it's looking kind of spooky for brawlers. Like literally, it's only a handful of brawlers that can really compete like that, and
Hans is not one of them anymore.
Yeah, I think like overall, like when we talk about the classes, which one's stronger, if we talk about every single one's strengths and weaknesses, like before they made the changes to where speedsters are the only class that get boost and rush items in first. I feel like the top 2 strongest classes were definitely defender and trickster, but I would give it to trickster because you only have to drift 2 times to get a boost bar. And a top skilled player will take advantage of that, more than anything else. Like I know defenders. Here's the thing about defenders. What makes defenders strong is they're able to be in the pack or come from behind to get the first. But then once they get the first, the struggle is maintaining that position. But when you're a trickster, when you don't have to drift as much as other classes, you can kind of pull ahead and maintain boost. I think that kind of would give tricksters the edge. But what would give defenders the edge? They just have so many characters. I think defenders, do they have the most characters in the game? They if they don't have the most characters in the game, they probably have the most meta characters because just being a cloak defender.
Yeah, they probably have the most meta characters.
Yeah,
Like I think a lot of my bad, Caleb. Go ahead.
I was gonna say having the passive of side bashing somebody, getting a shield, and then also being able to get cloak, and then also being able to get extra what's it called, slipstream off of people. Yeah, I think it's a very strong combo, as well as most of the defenders have a slowdown character, whether it be Sally, who freezes you, Sadness, Celia May. Like the defenders got a lot going on for them. So even though I feel like the defenders are definitely, a top dog class. Brawlers used to be higher than speedsters, I guess, because they get when you side bash or you stun somebody with fire, they get boost. And I think that here's what made brawlers the strongest class. That's the crazy part. The meta keeps changing. Brawlers used to be the strongest class in the game because this game used to be more of a stun meta. Like it used to be where if you stunned anybody with backfire, they would be stunned for a long time. A lot of the brawlers have the highest combat stats. So all they had to do is hit you one time with backfire, take off. Hit you with, whatever it was. With the Jesse meta when this game first came out, so on.
Not
and so
to
forth.
mention that you could back then you could get fucking multi-stunned by backfire. Backfire.
They had the nerf. That's crazy. Like how anger can get stunned multiple times with anger. That's how backfire is, and all of the brawlers have backfire. So brawlers actually used to be top dogs, but as they keep making nerfs and meta changes, like brawlers are definitely probably the weakest class. Speedsters used to be the weakest, but after this change, they're definitely up there. They might be, meta number one. I think because being able to get boost, it's crazy. You don't realize how important that is until you don't have it. Yep, because
that shit
characters,
hurt, bro.
Yep, characters like Anger or Triton. Like one of the things that would help them hang is that they had the boost item. So when they're in first place, they could just get the boost item and they use their top speed to kind of get away. But now that they can't, they literally can't get the boost item in first because they're not a speedster. Now it's just like a lot of characters are struggling now to maintain.
You know what's so crazy? The brawlers that happen to actually perform good have ways, like Caleb said, they have ways they could get boost. So like Anger, he stuns you, he gets double bar boost, and he's like hella fast, and he's always stunning people. Like you literally got to be cloaked to get away from him, because even if you're invulnerable, he's still gonna keep up with you because he's hitting you and getting boost for it.
The
Triton.
Ralph. Oh, Triton, he gets his freaking waves.
Yeah, Ralph is pretty good because he has the mobility for it, and I think he gets.
That's what he gets he can get his windmill thing basically nonstop now, and that's the thing. The meta
and
it
that
might
could
have
help stall his
changed.
boost too.
Yeah, I think the meta changed which class is strong, but it also made some characters stronger because, like, we can say that speedsters are stronger, but like a character like Ana, because she's a trickster and not a speedster, if she's in first, instead of getting rush or boost, now she's just going to get her unique all the time, and she's never going to be not invulnerable. Like that's kind of stuff the meta has changed. Is if you have a unique ability that kind of like gives you boost or propels you ahead, you're going to get that like 2 times as much as you used to. So it's actually made some characters way stronger of all in every single class, which is kind of wild.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I still prefer how it was before. I guess I don't know. I felt like it was more balanced.
It was
back
more
then.
balanced. Absolutely.
Like now, like certain characters it
Yeah.
just makes them OD in first place.
People will say, "Oh, speedsters are the best," but now it's like Aladdin is getting more carpets. Because before it used to kind of be hard to get carpets with Aladdin. Like you might get it twice, 3 times, and then you get like freaking hack 6 times. But now it's like Aladdin, he gets clock, carpet, clock, carpet. Like
Yeah, well,
The
look what
new-
happened to Angel earlier today in the private lobbies when you guys were playing with Beast. He was in first place, and all of a sudden he wasn't benefiting from Beast's item anymore, even though he already used it 3 times. His unique. He was getting hacks. I was like, what the hell?
oh yeah, because they made
Off
it
of
to
his
where you
third
can
use. Yeah.
you can only get your unique 2 times in a row before it's supposedly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
And that was something
was crazy.
that Beast needed in order to stay competitive.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that to Beast, bro.
Yeah,
don't think
yeah,
it's
like I
intentional.
was
I
all
think that's
purple
a bug.
aura and shit, and like when you have your purple aura, that means you're always gonna get your unique. And I
Yeah.
got the hack, and I was like, wait, I got a hack. You guys see that?
Yeah, that literally fucks Beast over, and I feel like Beast was in a good spot. Like he wasn't like
Yep.
broken, but he was like just right strong.
Yep. The Goldilocks zone.
Hmm.
Now, I don't know if anybody else knows this, but Beast is a really good counter. We're getting a little bit off topic with this, but Beast is a really good counter for Barbosa because his
So
roar
I've heard.
destroys the hands.
Yeah, that's actually
Throwing that
insane.
out there.
Hold on. You said Beast Roar destroys Barbosa's hands?
Yes, sir.
Oh, snap. That's good to know.
Yeah, I haven't played Beast enough to actually notice that either. That's crazy.
I noticed it when I was playing Rael a few days ago. He was just roaring through the hands. I was like, yo, because I talked to him afterwards, like, what was going on, basically. And he said, this is what was going on. Like, you can't. And he didn't know it at that time either. He was just, and he was expecting to get touched by the hands, and he wasn't.
Apparently it's Jafar too, from what Absence saying.
Oh,
Mm.
So basically, anything from
Interesting.
fire, basically.
Has it always
then
been like this, or is
Then
this
that
another
would
silent
also
nerf?
mean anger too, right?
I feel like this is a slight.
It should.
Because nobody's been talking about it till just now.
Mm.
Yeah, that's the thing about Game Loft. They'll do something and they will never put it in the patch. So they patch will
Yep.
be so freaking shallow. But they'll change a whole bunch of stuff.
Absence says yes, so it seems like anyone. I mean, then Hercules could pretty much just mow those down too.
That's another character that
Probably.
maybe they're not in the strongest class, but because of the changes, they just get freaking Pegasus over and over and
Pegasus,
over and
Pretty
over.
much.
man.
And you know what's crazy? Everybody usually bans Barbosa, so it's not like we ever see it.
Yeah, on the competitive side.
But if you keep getting your ass kicked by a Barbosa in rank, just whip out your beast. Easy peasy.
Yep.
Ooh, so what character y'all think benefits more from getting their unique in first? Okay, before I get to that, I think the issue with you being a brawler, defender, or trickster, and not being able to get boost or rush in first is like if there's a track like Kawhi where you need a rush to get the lake jump. If you're in first place, you can now no longer lake jump because you won't be getting rush anymore. So it kind of
Unless
messes
you're
stuff up
unique,
like
Lyle.
that. Yeah, unless you're unique, can auto. or something.
Yeah.
Well,
Nah,
I
that's
will
actually
say,
true because with Gantu and Randall, whenever I get rush in first place, I'd still like do the late jump. But yeah, if I'm miraculous on Gantu on Kawhi, and now I can't get rush anymore, that kind of sucks.
Mm-hmm.
I will say to answer the question, I'm always gonna stick by my choice, and I've been saying this since before the World Cup that Trickster's been the best class in this game, regardless of who thinks Defender is nice. Like Caleb just said, we all know Defender is nice to keep up in a pack or take first place position, but if you can't hold first place position, how good are you really? What have you done for me lately? And Trickster is the purest art form class you can play in this game because you're literally playing this game how it's intended to be, which is racing. You don't have to worry about going over a boost pad to get boost. You don't have to worry about ramming someone. You don't have to worry about drafting anyone. You drift, you play the game how you want to, and you can be in first place as long as you got the skill for it.
Yeah, I definitely
Hey, that's
do
well
think
said.
that
Well said.
tricksters are definitely the most self-sufficient out of everybody.
And that's
agree.
why they're my number 2. I think, and the only reason why Speedster's ahead of Trickster right now is because Speedster can get their rush or their boost. If that wasn't the case, then Trickster would far surpass Speedsters. They would absolutely be number 1.
I agree. Like in my list, I have Speedsters and Tricksters are pretty much tied. The defenders are also good, but like I'm a drift person, so me and Tricksters we vibe because I like the drift chain. I never run out of boost at that point. But also with Tricksters, if you play them nice and you side bash, sometimes you can side bash, get a cloak, side bash, get a rush to get you ahead of the person that's in front of you trying to pass you. Like I see a lot of people play Tricksters, they don't side bash. I'm like, you guys should definitely utilize side bashes on Tricksters.
Wasting the potential of the class.
Exactly.
Hey, some people don't believe in side bashing, man.
I mean that's true, but I mean with the Trickster, if
You
you're
mean ramming?
sometimes your Trickster don't get rush, right? You side bash, guess what? You may get a rush as a Trickster, even though that's not in your kit.
One thing you got to do as a Trickster is you got to side bash. You got to spam that until you get the right item you want.
Mm-hmm.
I think cloak is my favorite item. Like once I get cloak with a trickster, I'm like,
Yeah, it's game over. I'm out of there.
'Cause then I can kind of like just float to the front.
Yeah. Don't gotta worry about Donald Duck all of a sudden turning up in the middle of the pack.
But Brawlers definitely is my last of the choices. Brawlers definitely got nerfed to the ground back in early access. Man, I remember Brawlers was that class. Like you side bash somebody, you definitely just ruined their race. Now you side bash somebody and they're just like a little tickle, and they're just right back at it again with you. I'm like, what?
You
So
say
I
that.
got a hot take then. I might have a hot take then. Do you think they should revert back the Brawlers RAM?
No. I don't. I didn't like how it felt like I was getting stunned by an item just because a brawler ran me. I did not like that at all.
As a brawler, you love to see it. As anybody else, you hate it, right?
But, yeah, but that's what I mean. They're so
Gantu's one of my
low on the
mains.
totem pole at this point. Is that something we revisit and say maybe that's what like brings them back?
No,
into the
okay. This
game?
is what I was thinking. And you guys can let me know how you feel about this. This is just me brainstorming. So here's the thing. So brawlers, they depend on getting hits for boost, right? And usually a lot of brawlers actually don't have good boost stats, right?
Mhm.
So what I was thinking is because, every other class goes crazy with the boost, why don't we make it to where if brawlers stun people or get like 2 stuns, they could get 2 bars of boost.
That actually
Yeah, that
might
could be
help
something.
because
That help.
Yeah.
you can side bash, get that double boost bar. That will help out
Yep.
immensely for brawlers.
Now it doesn't feel like, fuck, I need to like hit somebody just to fucking. I mean, you would still need to hit somebody, but at least you won't feel like you're always like thirsting for boost, especially if you're not on a character that could get boost that easily.
But you know what? I always thought that should have been a thing in the game. Like, depending on how many people you chain hit or ram, I always thought that depending, like, if you got 2 hits off of a bomb, or you ram and then you you ram and then you bomb someone, you should get 2 boost bars. Like, it should stack. Not just
Are you
refill
talking
the
about
boost
just
bar.
are you talking about like specifically brawler, or are you just
Brawler, but also
Okay,
every other
okay.
class that you could stun with, like in terms of bombs or anything like that, or uniques that stun like that. Like, obviously a rush you can stun people, but it's not the same type of stun. Not a rush, I mean a hack. It's not the same type of stun that you get with a bomb.
Mhm.
So like I know when tricksters use a hack, they refill their boost bar, but I think it's got to be an aggressive item that can do that.
Okay.
I mean,
It sounds like y'all fucking with the idea.
I mean, I always felt like brawlers, since brawlers is the most aggressive class in the game, they should benefit from being aggressive, and the double boost bar will definitely benefit brawlers for being that aggressive. I know people don't like side bashing, but if you're a brawler, what's your thought of a brawler? You're side bashing, you're doing shit to stun people.
I do think they might have over nerfed the brawlers.
You know what I also think they need? Sorry to cut you off, Caleb. Maybe they need 3 boost bars. Because they're the only.
I feel like that's pushing it.
I don't think it's pushing it because, like we just mentioned,
You want
brawlers
to get 3 boost bars.
Hold on. Brawlers are supposed to be managing stunning people the entire duration of the race. If you're not rewarding players for their aggressive play, then what's the point? This is why brawlers have been pushed to the back.
I feel like 2 boost bars is rewarding. Remember, a lot of their like I don't want to overtune them, so I don't want to like give them that much boost.
I mean, it wouldn't be overtuning though.
I don't know. I feel like that's like too big of a jump. I feel like 2 is like a pretty healthy spot.
You think that's too much of a big of a jump in terms of how they're played right now? Where in your first place, you're not getting a rush, you're not getting a boost?
Yeah, because you got to remember, if they're in first place, they're gonna get fire and bomb a lot. So that means if people come by them, they could still get stuns and multi stuns.
Yeah, but I don't think if they're holding first place, they're gonna be able to hold it for much longer unless they get the stun. And more times than none, someone's gonna pass you from behind. They're gonna have a shield. They're gonna be cloaked. They're gonna have something that you can't really use on them.
Yeah, but I just feel like I ain't trying to go over. I feel like 2 is good, and I don't want to start like, the game popping in with power creep, because I'm actually starting to think the game's already doing this power creep stuff, giving Shang double boost bar. Like Shang is low key like a hybrid brawler and defender, bro. And Mulan gets a double boost bar for stunning. Who else gets a double boost bar? Like the double boost bar.
Hold on. To your credit, then we already have brawlers with double boost bars. Look at Sully, and he's still suffering through this. You still think 3 boost bars not good?
I don't think that he's suffering. I think he's one of the brawlers that's actually benefiting from the change.
You think so?
Yeah, because he gets. I mean, when you're in first place, if you get first place and you get your uniques back to back, you're never running out of boost. You just go.
That's true. That is true. I played Sully during this change, and that is a fact. You literally just sitting there, get uniques and maintaining your boost. Like,
I actually never used Sully in this patch, so I don't know how that is actually.
Yeah, when you keep getting his unique, I mean, you'll damn near always having double boost bar and just chilling. So I cannot imagine a triple boost bar. I think that would be way too OP for brawlers, to the point where now they'll be the speedsters of the fucking meta because of 3 boost bars. Like, I feel like the double boost bar will still balance things out, for the simple fact that, yeah, you'll get a double boost bar, but once you're in first, you're not going to be able to stun people. People can catch up. But now it's your job, when somebody's catching up, hurry up and side bash them again, so you can go about your day and keep racing and keep maintaining that first place.
Live in. I'm rolling ranked right now, and I just ended Crusher's 57 streak, and I ended Silence 14 streak. That's crazy. Just live.
Well, what's the context? Like, who's everybody using, and what's the map? What's the level?
Crushers on Ursula, Silence on Triton. It's on Agrabah. I'm on Stitch. We're all.
Damn.
So, yeah.
Damn, wait, hold on. Which one is it? The
Is
The
the top
handling
speed
one?
Agrabah or the short track?
The top speed. So
Get
What?
out of here.
what level is your Stitch?
40.
And what level are their characters?
40.
Mm,
Oops.
damn.
Man, the Stitch is in.
So.
Hey, yo,
Hey,
that's a
man,
prime
shout
Hey,
out.
example.
I don't know what it is. I keep beating top players whenever I'm Stitch. I don't know
Hey, yo,
why.
I'm just saying that's a prime example of why Speedsters is meta right now. That's all I'm saying.
It's crazy how this keeps happening, you know. We be doing the live, and then all of a sudden I'm in a lobby with Toxic, and all of a sudden I'm in a lobby with Silent and Crusher. I don't know how that keep happening, but okay.
Yo, the
Dang,
stream
you
sniper
stream
himself.
sniping right now. The Snipe Lord is at it.
I ain't even sniping, man. That's wild.
Okay. Well, hey, man, shout out to you, Mr. Khalid. You know, putting in work on the Stitch.
Yes, sir.
Hot take. I think they need to revisit Jesse's old unique. Like how you used to be able to get toys all over the track, just because I think that should be a thing.
I actually agree. Like if Jack is gonna be able to have presence all over the place, that's more hectic than Jesse's shit.
Mhm.
I think she should be reverted.
Yeah,
Especially
because
now that the
I
stun
used to
duration is
love
not that
it.
big anymore either.
That too.
Yeah.
I used to love seeing the Jesse in my lobby, and I'm like, damn, I gotta dodge toys, because I was like, oh, this is training for me. Now I see a Jesse in my lobby, I'm like, all right, man, I know where your toys are gonna be. I don't even have to worry about if I'm gonna hit them or not, because I'm not gonna hit them. I'd have to be a complete fool to hit your toys at this point. Like, if no one's worried about your unique, I think that like makes the character worse,
King Candy, oh shit. What?
right?
Mm,
He needs a top speed boost, and he needs a rework on his ability, because it ain't working.
Who, King Candy?
Yep.
Yes, that gumball
They
shit
did
that
him
he shoots
dirty, bro.
backwards, that shit is
It shouldn't
ass,
go
bro.
away. It shouldn't disappear.
I
Like,
mean,
It should be like King Triton's wave. It should track the like people behind him and aim for them.
Ooh, that shit would be fire. Instead of it being so slow and shit, just it's like a fucking bowling ball just coming at
Yep.
you, bro. That actually would
that'd
be
be
fire.
crazy.
That would be scary, bro.
Yo, y'all remember Double Dash when you fucking had that giant Bowser shell that you could throw, and that shit
Oh,
would like
yeah.
move all over the place? It should be like that, or not, maybe not the same size, but like it should like move around like
the
that.
speed of it, 'cause instead of being slow, you can pretty much dodge that big ass gumball unless you're like right behind them.
Yeah,
Mhm.
pretty much, man. Like you know, that shit is probably like one of the worst moves you with King Candy. And I actually like his like front shooting missiles.
Yeah, I like
That
that too.
gumball shit. They need to do something with that, bro.
Either it needs to be bigger or it needs to shoot out like King Triton's wave.
Definitely needs to be faster. It's too slow.
yeah,
Mhm.
That
you can
too.
move it too easy unless you're right behind him.
Yeah, you never know. Game Love might be listening to this podcast, getting some ideas for reworks of characters. You know,
Absence says it should stick around until somebody hits it. Have it stick around for a lap or two.
That'd actually be funny. Like you're like going so crazy in first place, and you get like some random King Candy in 8th place just use that bitch, and you like come like about to like pass the finish line, and
boom.
then second place just passes you.
Or you know what it also could be? It could be like Jumbo's ability. Like instead of just aiming for someone in first place, be like an area effect. You shoot a giant gumball in the air and it just lands in the pack. Like that'd be devastating.
Oof.
Damn.
that would
Well,
be-
I know you guys said it should like increase in size. What if it was like the size of Jesse's toy ball, but it's going backwards?
I swear it's the same size already.
Yeah, I think it's
Nah,
the
bro,
same size
them balls.
already.
The
That
ball-
Power
same
5,
size.
it's bigger. That Power 4, I think. I think it gets pretty big at Power 4. It literally disappears. and it's slow. I think if it hits one person, it like
Man, they did him
So
so
do you
dirty.
think it
Like,
should,
what
do
the
you think
hell?
it should go through people, right? Just like the Bowser shell. Like it should like it
yeah,
should stun
like the
multiple
Bowser shell.
people and it
Yeah.
should be faster.
Yeah.
Kind of like if they just put the same kind of thing on with Eric's ship, where you get 2 or 3 hits and then the ship goes away.
Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's staying on the track.
Yeah.
It should last as long as the hack ability, honestly.
Absence says, like, have y'all not seen Oogie's ball rolling around for multiple laps?
Oh yeah, for sure. I don't think that that's intended though. I think that might be a bug.
I don't
never
mind
seen
it.
that.
I hope they leave that.
I've seen it. Yeah, it lasts. I don't mind it at all.
I don't mind it. I just think it's a bug.
Not intended.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because sometimes you see it and sometimes you don't. That's
Yeah,
kinda-
but the difference is Oogie he stays shooting that shit. So it's like, hey, you probably gonna get hit by one of them junks. But like King Candy, that shit, the distance is ass, the speed is ass. It only hits one person and disappears. Like
I thought it'd be like an Indiana Jones boulder or something.
Right?
that's what I thought.
I was so hyped when I got him, and then when I was starting to use him, I was like, this guy's ass.
Yo, facts. I'm over here thinking this
I was
big ass
so,
gumball is gonna do damage.
devastated, bro. I took him to regulate it as soon as possible, and I never hit nobody with that. I was like, bro.
I remember Hitman spent like hella bread to like fucking get crew for King Candy, man. I know a lot of people's like, damn. He was still slower than a lot of people.
They need to fix the stats on these racers too. That's what they need to do.
For real.
Didn't they do that? Or am I bugging? Didn't they say they corrected that?
I don't know, man.
Well, so I forget who it was, but somebody made a list, and it all basically fell into line. It's in the official Discord. It might have been Dominus actually that made the list. I don't want to give credit to anybody that doesn't deserve it, but basically they made like a dope chart where, you know, if you got X amount of top speed, what is your actual miles per hour speed? And they made a dope chart where, I mean, it all kind of follows the same line. There's a small variance, right, where things are just a little bit different, but Goofy is faster than he should be, and someone else is faster than he should be. And right now, it all seems to fall in place except for those 2 characters.
Yeah, cause I know Tia Dalma, her stats showed her being faster than she actually was, and then they corrected that.
Mm-hmm.
To where now her stats are accurately shown. So yeah, they did fix it for a lot, but I guess if 2 fell through the crack, I wouldn't be surprised. I feel like I don't know how they keep track of stuff, but I feel like they lose track of a lot of things.
They don't properly test their game. That's the problem. They just release patches or updates.
Oh, it was Goblin King. I'm gonna send you the image to the Discord. We can bring it up on the screen. Here we go. It's in the chat for the interview, VC.
Oh yeah, I see it.
I'm pulling it up. Who did we author this? Right there.
Look at that big gap though, from where Goofy should actually be, and then like the last person, close to like 4,200 top speed.
Yeah, like a solid
That's
50,
crazy, bro.
50 kilometers per hour. Kind of wild. And Blue's faster too. That was the second one.
Hey, man, Goofy's the GOAT. Shout out to Depression and Punition.
Punnington. Now let me quit saying people's name wrong before they pull a defended William. What?
Oh, damn! Shots fired. Welcome to the Crashout.
Oh man, that shows.
But I do also want to point out in that map, not map, but that graph, is that you got this huge gap, right? You got this gigantic gap between
Ridiculous.
where the slow characters are and where the fast characters begin, right? Like there's nobody in the middle there. Why is there nobody in the middle there?
And
why is
that's
there
why I've
anybody
been saying.
as low as they are? And why is anybody as high as it? Like, why isn't this a bit tighter knit? I don't know, man.
The math and
And that's why I've been saying.
That's where the
need to-
lightweight should be. That's where the lightweight should be. They got to freaking increase.
And that's
the
what I'm
lightweight.
saying. They need to increase the baseline speed of this game because it's too low.
I
Disney Slow
agree.
Storm?
They need to definitely bring back like a lot of shit. Cause like I would say Jessie in season 2 with her speed cap, she would be capped out at 144 miles per hour. Now in this new like crew nerf like state, Jessie maxed out. My Jessie's maxed out completely with top speed. She only goes like what 138. She's losing out on like a good 6 miles per hour with the crew nerfs, and I feel like that like lightweight, that's crucial. That's very crucial.
Yeah, I like the versatility and variety that we used to have back when the crew was different, where you could choose speed or handling or whatever. And
What I think
they needed to do was to remove the speed cap and not necessarily remove or change how the crew worked. Because there's a lot of characters that had the speed, but they never reached the potential of the speed that they was shown.
I think what they really need to do is actually, like, if you're gonna go into weight classes, actually have the weight classes be what they should be. As we know, when we all came up from Mario Kart, if you're heavy, you have top speed, but you have no acceleration. If you're lightweight, you got high acceleration and low top speed. But if you're like a middleweight, you're very balanced.
Didn't the heavies just have like good acceleration and top speed?
No,
but, like,
it was the lights. The heavies, the heavies were the slowest to start up. But then when they got to their top speed and you didn't get hit by anything, you're like pretty much the fastest on the track. But your handling was shot.
I remember in Mario Kart Wii, one of the biggest things is that if you were like big, and I don't know why the fuck they had this shit. If you were like a bigger character and you like rammed into people, you could like bump them off or some shit. Like you were like,
that was the thing.
Yeah, your side bash, like they actually weight mattered. So if you're a heavy character, you bump into a lightweight, they get bumped off the stage. But a lightweight can't bump the heavy.
It almost felt like there was no reason. Even when I made my me huge so I can take advantage.
Nano out here cheating.
But hey, that's the game. They made it that way.
I think it's just, the heavyweights in this game do have low acceleration. Like if you really compare it to like the lightweights, like some of the lightweights,
but you got
like
some
9,000.
You got some heavyweights that got stats like they're a lightweight. You got heavyweights that got
I think
stats
the
like
issue. I think the issue is just that once you hit a certain speed, the other stats kind of like don't matter. Like Hans, even though on paper he doesn't have good handling or might not have like the best acceleration, he goes so fast that it kind of negates, the deficit.
And I'm glad you brought that up, Caleb, because handling used to be my second most important stat. But I actually think boost is the second most important stat.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I think
being able
boost
to
is more
maintain.
important than handling.
You need top speed, boost, then handling. because you can still make it around with like around 2600 handling on most tracks.
Pretty much.
But if you got like 4000 boosts,
In my opinion, it used to be combat used to be the most important stat until they nerfed how much
in season
stun
4
duration. Yeah.
Season 4 combat was the most
Fucking
important stat.
Steamboat Pete was fucking going insane.
Oh, I got 5k combat. This should be decent.
It didn't even matter if you got hit. You just kind of just tank through that shit.
But now, you don't even need to worry about combat. Like, why is combat even a stat at this point? Like, do we just remove that?
Yeah, I don't
It
know.
still matters. It's just very watered
Does it
down.
really matter
Yeah.
though? If we know that you're not going to be in a stun duration, I don't think combat as a stat really matters.
Yeah,
I
and
think
I'll give you an
combat
example. I'll give you an example.
Characters like Elizabeth Swan really take advantage of that.
Yeah, because she recovers quickly. But I'll bring up ennui, right? So like, if you have like a low level ennui that doesn't really have like the combat stat up, like you can hit somebody with your couch and they won't be stunned for that long. But if you get like a max level ennui with a higher combat stat, then you're sitting in that couch for a long time, especially if you're a character that doesn't have a combat stat. So I feel like stuff like that matters.
I think that should just be base kit. I think the combat stats should be rolled into all the other stats at this point.
I want to touch back on something I just kind of thought about. That would help brawlers brawl. Okay, brawlers are used to getting hit. They're used to hitting people, right? So when I feel like maybe a good buff for brawlers would be, so if a defender side bashes you, your engine's cut off. If a speedster side bashes you, your engine's cut off. Trickster doesn't really matter. What if brawlers were immune to getting their engine cut off by side bash?
Is that is that also in combination of like them stunning people when they like the way it is now? So
Yeah,
that's just additive.
Yeah, that's just something that, you know, additive to the brawler kit is that you don't get your engines cut off by side bashes. Unless, if you're not stunned, if you get stunned, your engine's cut off. That's just going to happen. But you know that you're immune to the defender and speedster side bash. As far as engines being cut off is concerned.
I want to say instead of getting your engine cut off or you're immune to that, I want to say if any other class tries to ram you, you should get boost and they should get a stun.
That's wild.
Yeah,
that would kind of, so this kind of touches on, you know, Rapunzel being unique in her passive where she gets the riposte, right? Like if you give all
like a counter, exactly.
All brawlers having a punch animation would be funny. Wait, doesn't Rapunzel maybe come out
tonight?
Or
not today.
A couple hours.
Yeah,
but that's what I'm saying. If brawlers get a counter, like if you're trying to stun a brawler, they should counter stun you and get a boost bar off of that.
I mean, shit, people was already complaining about brawlers having a side bash in the official Discord, so I don't know if they did that. And if they did, people might complain.
Yeah, but if they're the weakest class, what did they have to complain about, really?
I mean, I think they should just. Okay,
I mean,
I don't think that would be the healthiest.
But I don't think it would be bad either.
Yeah, but we want to make. Do we want to make the game healthy though? We don't want to. We don't want people to make people feel like shit embracing by a brawler.
Right, and that's. I just feel like it's a minor thing, but could be very beneficial to help them be competitive.
You know what? Bring back the stun duration. I wasn't complaining about stun durations. Let me just say that.
You think my Jafar is bad now? Whew. It really used to be a problem.
The only thing I was complaining about was how the stun duration, if it happened in the beginning of the race, there was no way you can catch up. That doesn't make sense. You have stuns in Mario Kart where you get stunned at the beginning of the race and you can come back and get wins. How is it that in this game you get stunned once at the start of the race when you take off and you're done? Like that doesn't.
Well, they had catch-up mechanics, and the issue was starting items, where people had starting items that could stun you, stun everybody at the start of the race, and then they be stunned for like
that might need to be taken out of the game. Starting items.
I mean, they're kind of useless now unless you get boosted.
Yeah, that is true.
Well, I kind of use items like fire and bomb and stuff to
But
get.
then again, they have some races have rush
some
out
have
the gate.
clothes, some have rush, so it's still significant. It's just you just have to save your stun item for a little bit longer.
Yeah.
You just can't use it immediately.
But
Which I'm glad though, cause that shit was ass, bro. Like before,
Genie bombing up the whole place in the beginning.
yeah, and it's crazy because like the match would load up and you would see like 3 people with bombs and fire, and you're just sitting there like, well,
fuck.
I guess I'm screwed, and I'm gonna start this.
It's not even that. You get bombed in the beginning, then you get the ram right after. Woo! Say goodbye.
Man, it's crazy because like when that used to be a thing, I used to be trying to plan like how I'm gonna like try to escape this. But then like when it would start, you got one person using backfire, one person charging fire, one person like throwing the bomb like forward. Like it's like you could not escape, bro. Or like
you gotta jump in the air, man. You gotta jump in the air. You should. First of all, don't move from the starting position. Jump in the air, hug right or hug left.
And that's why characters like Sully look so strong, bro. Because like 1, there wasn't as much competition in terms of like other characters. 2, he didn't get that top speed nerf. He was like mad fast. A lot of people had maxed out Monsters Inc. crew who was playing in that season, and he just started off blowing up the whole lobby, so he gets free boost and everybody's at a disadvantage, and he just goes crazy.
Hey man, I think this game was at its best at season 4, because that's when everything was still good.
Some stuff needed to change. That stun meta was a lot.
Like what?
That stun meta.
The stun meta was kind of wild.
I'm not gonna act like, bro,
that,
Jesse. There being 5 Jessies, all having bombs that could stun you at the start, and then once they stun you at the start, now they're ahead, so they can use their charge blocks, throw a bunch of blocks behind you that stun you for 5 seconds as well. You're pretty much screwed. So I'm glad
apart from the stun meta, what was bad about season 4?
Jasmine sucked.
Jasmine did not.
I don't think
Jasmine did not suck.
Yes, she did, because it was the stun meta. She had low combat. She had low. She had no protection. Roger did not protect you.
Hold on. Did she suck, or was she just not like a top character? Because that's 2 different things.
Bro, Jasmine was the 3rd best in the collection before the buff.
We got to remember that the Raja, the wildness that Raja would do.
That's a bug, dude. That's a bug with it teleporting across the map. But it wasn't just Jasmine. It was every character that had some kind of like stand. You know,
but they didn't fix that shit until she got her rework, didn't they?
Yeah, she was still running around the damn map.
Yeah, but that's not it. That wasn't intentional.
7. It was 3 seasons where she had this wild ass Raja that was just running laps, dude. I got the same Raja to run around the map 3 fucking times and stun me each time. Just one Raja.
Raja,
nuts.
She didn't have no protection though. Protection, definitely.
Protection when you are ahead by 30 seconds because motherfuckers.
She's not gonna be ahead 30 seconds. She was getting stunned way too much.
You was underrated, Jasmine, man. I think she was a decent racer back then.
She was one of the best speedsters too.
Nah, I would know.
Before the
buff, I was on her all the time. She was getting worked. why they literally had to buff
man,
her.
sounds like a skill issue.
I was about to say, maybe
Nah. Hey, if I was getting worked, I don't know what everybody else is doing because I was on the top of the Jasmine leaderboard. So I don't know.
Hold on. So let me ask you, Caleb. How do you feel about Jasmine now? Because you say her protection isn't consistent, so I'd imagine for you it'd feel the same as it was back then.
No, because she literally the way Roger just works in general is just different now. But she does get a little bit of protection, which is okay. But literally, she just had no protection at all back then. Like Roger used to run a little bit further ahead back then. Like I think if you used the charge,
Yeah.
he'd run further ahead, and it lasted a long time. But now Roger disappears really quickly. And here's the issue. I remember back then, when you use the hit her tap, sometimes you'd be racing right next to somebody, and then Roger, your Tiger, just would not be stunning them. I think now, Roger, at least if you hit the tap, Roger more consistently will stun people around you. That was one of the issues with Jasmine. Is the one her Tiger would teleport to. Her Tiger would miss people whenever you were driving by them.
Isn't that the same issue that Kristoff is facing right now?
Mm-hmm.
Kristoff got nerfed because of Jasmine, because of the bug of Jasmine's Tiger teleporting. They were like, "Oh well, we don't want this to happen with Kristoff, so let's freaking nerf that event or whatever."
And this is what I was saying, Nano, like a while back. Any characters that have similar abilities, their abilities should all act the same, so we could avoid shit like this. Like Kristoff had his moose. Jasmine had Raja, Mowgli had the wolves. All of their abilities should have acted pretty similarly, where they can target people and they can get stunned. Now, because you gotta have all of them work differently, some of them don't work, and the characters that all have the similar uniques, now it's like, well, I don't want to use this character because they're like this, but they're ass because their unique doesn't work half the time.
Well, hold on. What are you saying? Because like, okay, are you saying Mowgli's wolf should move like Raja?
No, I'm saying if a character comes into the game with similar abilities that are already apparent to another character, it should be similar to some degree. That way you don't have a situation where Raja works properly, but then when you want to use Kristoff's Sven, it doesn't work as good. Like Sven,
I mean, honestly,
like all over the track.
Honestly, that's a game off thing. That's like
Okay, but the same could be said about characters with trail abilities. Lilo's trail ability is ass. It doesn't really do anything. But then you have Steamboat Pete. You know, everybody hitting that, you get boosts. Everybody's hitting that, they're getting stunned. Like
Steamboat Mickey.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Steamboat Mickey. Like I think everything.
I mean, I feel like they just be doing Lilo dirty, bro.
But that's why I've been advocating that
it's
characters.
Crazy because does that shit still stun though?
No, it does not. You can.
Are you sure?
Because what they said is it doesn't stun you, but you lose control of your vehicle. So you might not get the stun like a brawler stun, but exactly, I consider like when they were like, oh, Lilo doesn't stun you anymore, I assumed that it wouldn't affect me at all. And then, but the trail still affects you. You just lose control. It's like sliding on ice, I guess.
Yeah, shit. Sometimes that shit's feels worse than getting stunned outright.
Yeah,
in the right place. Yeah,
shit, you get hit on a turn, it's over, bro. Sliding all the way to the outer corner.
Well, if you get hit by Lilo, there's a problem because you should not be near any Lilos on the track.
It depends, bro. Depends on the track. Because Lilo goes crazy on certain tracks, bro.
On certain tracks,
bro.
Yes, on certain tracks.
I'm never catching strays by Lilo. Let me just say that.
Hey, man. Don't underrate the Lilos, man.
Man, I'm saying they gotta buff characters like this. That's what I'm advocating for.
I mean, certain characters still got to get buff.
Lilo was designed to be a character that's in lobbies of 8, where she can use her pictures and take pictures on a bunch of people.
Dude, don't even get me started.
But because we be in lobbies 1v1s and stuff, she really isn't able to fully utilize her ability.
Not even just that. She don't even have the top speeds to hit half the lobby. So then that ability is useless in itself.
Well, the one thing I will say is they have been, every season they have been buffing up the lightweights.
Not
slowly
enough,
but surely.
incrementally, but
I think the minimum base speed for lightweight should be 5K. Everything should be aligned with 5K.
At 45 regulated?
Yes.
Okay.
Because that seems to be the sweet spot. Like you could be at 5K and still keep up decently with someone like Hercules or maybe Hans until Hans really takes off and then he's gone. But like 5K seems like it's a good sweet spot. And then you build it up from there.
Characters like Discuss and stuff shouldn't be like dirt slow.
Man, someone needs to take this information to Game Loft.
I mean, I guess.
Wait, hold on. Is it Starmondo in Spain? We gotta get Starmondo on the podcast.
Don't talk about that. Don't talk about that. Not in the official Discord anyway. If you make any sort of reference, I got banned for this once. If you make any sort of reference to going to the studio, bro, they get real upset with you.
To go on to where?
To the studio.
Saying you're gonna Game Off or some shit.
Because somebody said, and it was the most ridiculous bullshit ever. They're like, "Yeah, I live in Spain." I was like, "Oh, you should go say hi to hi to AJ or whatever." And, legit insta ban. They're like, "Nope,
What?
gone."
That's crazy.
Yep, you can't do it. They said it's disrespectful.
What?
Yeah,
to go
like-
say hi?
Yeah,
I live in the area. I want to say hi.
You know what it really was? They were just crashing out because they got exposed for the bad battle pass practices in freaking game magazines, and people were covering the bad battle, and then everybody was in the Discord, complaining about it, and so then they're like, then that's when they started to get like banning people for like small shit.
No, this was before that though. But I went kind of hard in there, defending different things and, telling Game Loft that they kind of suck.
Hey man, I won't forget. They also banned me.
You were trying to defend stuff until you couldn't defend stuff no more.
They banned me for talking about the Golden Pass shit. They banned me for like I think an hour. I was like, wow.
Oh, he got silent.
What Golden Pass stuff?
When the Golden Pass situation was happening, the changes. And I was like, all right. And I made a video right after that.
Stop it now, motherfuckers.
They just have a feedback channel. They don't really be. We talk about this. They don't be listening. They don't be.
And that was the craziest shit, dude. They made up a I forget what it was, but I had provided feedback upon feedback upon feedback along with other people, and they were like, "All right, so we get this specific feedback channel for this specific thing," and we're like, my first bit of feedback, and there was like, read the other feedback. Like if you actually paid attention to what we're saying, you would already have the answers to the question that you're asking in the fucking thread. Read the feedback like you say you do, you pieces of shit, and it kind of snowballed from there, but.
They say they read the feedback, but they don't. Because if they did, a lot of stuff that was being said on Poppin's channel would have been like dealt with a long time ago. And this was stuff he said he implemented in early access in the feedback channel.
They probably read the feedback, but that don't mean they're gonna do nothing about it.
That too.
It's probably to make people feel like something get done about it.
We need regulated to be super fast. That's all I'm saying.
We do.
Fuck that level 33 star shit. Let us play Or fucking just give us level 50 maxed out fucking regulated, bro. I want to go fast and regulated,
But
with
then,
no crew.
But then nobody would play ranked, yeah?
Yep, because
I mean,
regulated would be the spot. Nobody would play ranked. Nobody would be like, oh, I need to buy some upgrade tokens because I can't compete. Because then they
Alright.
just do regulated.
Fuck it,
so.
45. That
If they-
45 5-star. Fuck it.
If they did 40, 45, even 45 4-star, I mean,
Yeah.
just
45
It-
force would be good.
you'd still be going pretty fast.
But
I wouldn't be surprised if they take regulated
5-star
out the game.
because put it this way: if you put it at 5-star in a regulated setting, other than private matches, you'll for a person that's trying to find out what racer they want to upgrade, they can use regulated. It's okay. This is how their power 4 ability feels like at 5 stars. So maybe I want to level this person up or buy their shards. Like Game Loft, you're all about money. Give these players the ability to be like, okay, I want to upgrade this racer so I can get them maxed out because I like how they feel at this high of a level. Cool, we got people paying. Like, I mean, putting
that's why
regulated at that high is not gonna like not have people pay because people are still gonna pay to play rank.
You know what I think they should do with regulated? If you own the character, so instead of just locking you at 3-star because you already own the character, if you own the character and it's between a certain level at a star level, it should put you in a lobby, a regulated lobby, and all characters are racing at the same level for 1 star. So for instance, if you got a 1-star, I guess, level 13 Mickey, and then someone else is in the lobby with you with a 15 Donald, then you guys are both racing at 1-star regulated 10 or 15. You know what I mean? And then if you got maybe a level 39 3-star Hercules and you're racing against a level 38 Barbosa, you guys are both racing at level 30.
Yeah, I feel
I think they should
feel
do
like
that.
I feel like Game Loft too lazy for that.
Too
That's too
complicated.
much.
They are too lazy.
That's too complex right there to try to match people like that.
I think it would help lobbies though.
45 5-star. Take it or leave it, Game Love. Give me some. I want to have fun and regulated. I have fun at rank because I'm maxed out, but like I want to have no crew and still go fast. Level 30 is slow as shit.
Yep.
If that's the case, then I would say regulated should turn into team mode regulated, and then you have the option to toggle that off and have it be like 45 regulated.
Yo, they're gonna take regulated out the game one of these days.
They are.
they are.
They keep putting it deeper and deeper into some nonsense eventually.
But the crazy thing is they're not making rank better, bro. Like why the fuck are you fucking over people that are having fun with regulated?
They're trying to make money from competitiveness any way they can. I mean, look at the streaks. They're literally trying to charge you for a streak.
Yep.
They...
Oh, you just lost your 400 win streak. Pay 10,000 tokens for it.
Yeah,
You'll get it back.
They're
Sammy,
preying off.
You don't wanna pay to keep your streak alive.
Hell no, that don't matter to me.
They're preying off of people's need or desire to be competitive or be number one or whatever.
You think
And trying to
people
make
are
a
out
buck
here
off
taking
of
pictures of their streaks and saying, "Oh, I got the longest streak"?
I mean, if it was
Bro.
legitimate, yeah, that'd be a thing.
The second
could be-
second I found out you could pay to keep your streak alive, the
It's not
streak
real.
the streak is bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, the streak isn't real.
Pay for it.
This game's literally a mobile game at this point. Let's be real.
I mean, it was that's what it was built for mobile.
That's true.
Game Loft is a mobile
That is true.
developer.
Mobile gotcha game.
Yeah,
Yeah, mobile gaming is killing gaming. I'll say that.
they had us at the first
they're
half when you
bringing-
paid for this game.
I want to say mobile
they-
gaming is killing gaming because there are some mobile games that are fun as fuck, yo. Like,
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
saying that as in the aspect
Probably
of like
the
the way mobile
practices.
games monetize. They're trying to bring the mobile gaming monetization to console gaming, and that's what I feel like is wrong.
Yeah, they got us
And
paying
PC
for 2
gaming.
battle passes, man. Like what?
Yep.
Well, I mean,
kind of
don't get it
MacGyver
too
shit is
instantly,
that?
though. I feel like what really started all this monetization was Fortnite and their battle passes, and all these companies saw how much money Fortnite was making off these battle passes. They're like, let's implement that. Then it started getting worse. But hey, how about you pay for this item and this item now? Like that's how monetization started getting really bad. Is because of Fortnite battle passes.
No, I blame Mario Kart Tour.
I
Because Mario Kart
blame
Tour was
GTA
charging
5.
$10 for 200
I blame
cc.
GTA. I blame GTA 5 and the online, bro. That was out way before Fortnite, and it was cashing in on people with megalodon shark cards and shit like that, and people was just eating it up, like, bro.
I legitimately think it's Mario Kart and Nintendo. I think Nintendo said they're trying to move more towards the mobile gaming, and the first mobile game they come out, or at least for like Mario Kart Tour, the monetization was terrible. And because I remember Mario Kart like on the phone tour, it was like, getting popular until people realized, the monetization strategy. But it's kind of like they're kind of seeing these companies are kind of seeing what they can get away with, and seeing if how much people are willing to pay, blah blah blah. But I was just like, I was not gonna pay $10 for 200 cc or pay $9 every month. But yeah, I feel like the battle pass thing, Fortnite did make a difference or did influence a lot of these decisions. But Fortnite ain't charging nobody for 2 battle passes. Fortnite ain't saying that, you actually have to pay $9 and can't use in-game currency. That's some other shit.
And that's why I hate this community, because we didn't come together enough and put our foot down and be like, no, bro, we don't want this half-ass shit that you're gonna implement. That
everybody just settled for. I can just use tokens I have now, and then get some golden tokens, and that's fine. Instead of that was
and Apex reverted that shit. They was going
they reverted when they community.
What should have happened was when they said, we have a month to get our tokens, everybody should just quit the game for a week.
Hell yeah.
Everyone should have got together and be like, all right, we're not playing for a week.
Mm-hmm.
And let them know who's really in charge here.
I mean, a lot.
Half the community left. But that's the problem. Only half the community left.
Well, I think a lot of people were just like, well, I got my token, so I'll just ride it out until I run out of golden pass tokens.
Some people didn't even know.
It was stupid.
Some people be so out the loop, bro.
I mean, to be fair, I've been playing, like I said, since beta, right? And I didn't even know that there was like a community until like season 5. I was just logging in and playing and having a good old time.
But this didn't affect you till season 6.
Well, that's what I'm saying is like, in defense of people that didn't know shit, right? Like, a lot of people don't know that communication channels exist, like Discord and Reddit and things. People aren't really paying attention.
Discord is kind of something new that people got.
Yeah, but I mean, you had news articles come out like IGN.
Well, the only reason
no way you're missing that.
The only reason GameLoft even gave us the opportunity to use our remaining tokens to get
those articles,
golden passes, was because Valve hit up these, media outlets, and because they got backlash, they were like, "Oh, okay, we'll make an exception." But let's say Valve doesn't hit up these media outlets, guess what? Like, they wouldn't have even given us a chance to exchange our tokens. So that was basically their compromise, and we settled for their compromise, which wasn't good enough.
I didn't settle
as a community.
You
might have not settled, but the community, though, the community settled for the compromise of the backlash, which wasn't even enough. But
I know, I was pissed.
I was pissed too. I left.
I left too. I left just before the season started, and I was just making videos on this game.
This is why the next roadmap is so important, because I feel like the future of this game kind of is relying on this roadmap.
Yeah,
I'm so afraid of the next roadmap. Everybody wants it. Everybody's really excited about it. I'm like, dude, I'm scared.
I'm scared too.
GameLoft be, somebody said this, and I thought this shit was so true, bruh. they said Gameloft is the only like, or Speedstorm is the only game where you're really scared for them to update the game.
Every update makes the game worse, bro. You think it'll make it better?
Hey man,
No.
I would say Dead by Daylight's in that same boat. Every time they update that game, something else breaks.
That's true, but the thing is, I'm not like
Every season
nervous,
is worse.
though. But like with Gameloft, it's like you're gonna see some bullshit in there.
Yeah.
Here's the downfall.
Backhanded shit that comes with it.
Yeah.
Like every new season, you get less tokens for grinding ranked. Every
Yep.
new season, the characters get less cosmetic options. They get less outfits.
No emotes.
They get less emotes. So every season,
No voices.
No voices.
Yeah, no voices. It's just
Like, where they do that at? I ain't never played no game where they just start taking away the character voices.
Yeah.
oh,
If you have the voices already, you keep getting voices. You don't start not having voices all of a sudden.
oh yeah. We got
Well, I
we got
mean,
the
this-
we got the
this
gaming
comes-
inflation.
This
We
comes
getting
down to them. Eventually, they're going to start selling these packs, right? They're going to sell voice packs. They're going to sell cosmetic packs.
Didn't I say that, guys?
As
I
soon as
said
they took
that.
away voices, I said, dude, voice packs are coming. I mean, you can go check the official Discord. I might have been the first person that said it. Because as soon as I read, I was like, oh, man, voice packs are coming.
there's essentially
Hey man, King Candy, you gonna pay for his voice
emotes.
pack?
Hell no.
Well, you might have said voice pack. For me, I think they're going to start removing victory animations and then start charging us for victory animations.
Yeah.
Like Miss Piggy ain't got a victory animation for getting champ. Like it's really like, what if next season none of the characters get a victory animation for champ? The writing's on the wall.
Yeah.
Next thing you know,
then you won't
victory
get-
animation for 1,600 tokens. Like, hell.
It's
Hey,
crazy
you
though,
see
'cause
how they tried to
said-
do us when they first brought our Ennui, and you have to start paying for mid-season races,
Bro, that was crazy.
and then they low-key reverted it back.
But it's crazy because they claim they making so much money off Speedstorm.
Yeah.
Like, it's in their top five.
Well,
So
And
I'm
you're
like,
so
how the
greedy.
fuck how the fuck
This
you
game
is it,
shouldn't even
where the
be
voice
top
acting
5.
at?
It shouldn't be number 5. It should be freaking number 1. But
It should, but
Maybe.
this game should have way more people, bro.
If they were gonna do all this bullshit that they're doing now, they should have kept the paid barrier entry.
I agree.
Yeah.
They
You want me to pay $40 to play the game? Fine, I'll do that. But I should get all my shit that I pay for.
Yep.
I shouldn't have to worry about characters coming into the game and they don't have voice lines or they don't have emotes. It just cheapens the experience and cheapens the game. Granted, I could be new to the game and I come into a fucked up season and half the characters don't got voice lines, and then I go into a ranked lobby and everybody's character that they chose, everyone's speaking, and then it comes to my screen and my character's mute. It's like I got broke pockets or something. Like what?
Yeah, what if they start charging for character lines?
They start charging
Oh
for
my
character
God.
intros, bro.
Just like a single line, you got to pay 200 tokens for it. If you want a specific line to be said when your character comes up, 200 tokens.
Yo, they're gonna, in the next update, they're gonna be like, you guys asked for Felix voice lines. Here you go. Gotta pay 200 tokens for every syllable that he says.
no, they'll do some passes. We heard your feedback, so now we're charging you more money.
Right.
I'm like, what feedback was that? I didn't ask you to start charging.
Not even that. Now they'll give you the option to choose whether you want to get the golden pass with golden pass credits, or get cosmetics and fucking voice lines with the golden pass credits. So instead of you getting the golden pass next season, you got to choose to get voice lines. Like what the hell?
Yeah, I swear, Gameloft, they just be doing the most just to see what they can get away with.
Exactly. They're testing us, bro. We guinea pigs.
What? Dino said, Dino said they're gonna do it like Asphalt 9, and the cars are gonna have gasoline.
Yup, that's next. Wasn't I telling you guys I was playing Asphalt Unite? And certain things I've seen the shop for that game that came out before Speedstorm. Speedstorm's now doing it in this shop.
Wait,
Wow.
so what is gasoline and Asphalt?
So,
What does that do?
so gasoline is, you know how sometimes you play a mobile game and you could do events, and all of a sudden you have to use currency to do certain events.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep. So gasoline's the currency in there. You race like 10 races, and you have 5 like gas canisters. Once those 5 gas canisters are done, you can't do any more races until they reset.
Yeah, okay, so is
kinda
that
like
just
the
for
try.
events, or is that like?
It's kind of like tournament mode
Multiplayer.
right now. It's like tournament mode.
Oh, okay. I mean, I don't know. I don't agree with that, but
Exactly.
I know.
And then you
I
can
know.
pay for more gas.
Exactly.
That's the mobile.
Pay for more gas with
way,
tokens.
right? And they did that shit on Genshin Impact, bro.
Bro, they gonna bring that to Speedstorm.
They did that
And
on lots of games before this, though. Even if you go
Yep.
back to like the MySpace freaking mobster games, you know, like I'm aging myself here, but you had stamina that you could spend, and you could pay to get more stamina. You could actually
Yep.
like kind of chip in, you know, and get more stamina, but you could only do so many actions per day.
Exactly.
Damn, man. I
Can
mean,
you imagine you can only
technically-
do like 10 ranked races a day? So imagine if a new character came out, you wanted to grind to get their shards.
Yo, that would be some bullshit if you could only do 10 ranked races and then it cuts you off and it says if you want to do some more races, pay 500
Based on
tokens.
tokens, yeah.
That'd be crazy. Yeah, dead game.
Ooh.
Yeah, they better not do that.
I can see it coming, bro. If it's already in Asphalt Unite, you already know, man.
That's like
Oh,
some
shit.
Tinder shit where it's like you got limited swipes. If you want some more swipes, pay $9.99. Like you got limited ranked matches.
we
Yep.
low key probably might it's like damn near 1:20. We might gotta wrap up because I know Angel said he got work in the
Like I
morning.
said, don't be doing that 6-hour stuff no more.
Yep.
So I got work in the morning.
And I think we hit on most of the topics.
Yes, we
Yeah.
did.
So we just did some like extra stuff.
They were
The only
all
thing we did
Speedstone
do-
related. Was the
Yeah, the only
PS5
thing
Pro.
Yeah, we could.
Don't
always
worry,
talk
we'll
about
get that
like,
next episode.
time. Yeah. So, but yeah, man. I mean, the episode been pretty cold, man. You know, I can't wait till this, you know, hit the Speedstorm streets. I guess, Mr. Ishnick, do you have any like final words for the stream?
No, I can't say that. I'm a kind of guy that just says what's on his mind. I don't have anything stocked up. It's been fun though. I appreciate you guys inviting me. If you want to have me back anytime, I'm down to party.
For sure, man.
Most
for sure.
definitely, man.
Yeah, man. Shit, we might. I ain't gonna lie. The way it's going, we might fucking end up having a special guest every episode. We just search for somebody to be like, yo, you want to join? But it's been fire so far. So you know, we'll see who's next on the chopping block. But we definitely appreciate you, like, you know, taking your time out of your night that you could have been doing anything else, but you decided to be on here with us, with the homie.
Yeah, man, you could have been flirting with females in the streets.
Oh my lord!
That's crazy. I was
Dino
waiting
said
for it.
AJ next.
Hell no.
Yeah, I don't know if AJ is ready for that.
If he come
Jimmy
in, I'm
Crack.
a freaking hound his ass to tell game
Jimmy
off the
tracks.
damn air
Yeah,
vents.
right. Is AJ even?
No.
Is
Who
AJ
is
even
Jimmy?
alive in this community?
Yeah, he be here talking.
I don't know,
He
bro.
talks through the community account, I think.
Yeah.
I remember AJ used to respond personally from his own Discord.
Yeah,
Yeah.
tell niggas was giving him that heat for them changes. And they're like, AJ's not a developer. He's not responsible for the changes in the Golden Path.
Yeah.
They was getting some
they-
heat.
they was on
I
his
did call
ass,
him out
bro.
though, and he did respond a couple months ago when they got these they got I don't know if you guys paid attention to the official YouTube or whatever, but they got these shorts where they give you tips and tricks on how to be faster or whatever.
Yep.
And it's an Irish dude, and AJ is Irish, and I was like, "Yo, is AJ the voice on these videos?" And he just responded with a GIF like, "Get the fuck out of here." So not confirmed, but confirmed. He's the voice on the videos.
Damn, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know if we'll be able to get AJ on here. Jimmy Trax is a stretch. I don't know.
Jimmy Tracks.
Boy,
You
dude,
mean Daddy's Home?
Yo,
That's his new
I ain't
name.
gonna
Daddy's
lie.
Home.
he didn't.
I
Keep
do
that name
think
very long.
if we did get Jimmy Tracks on here, that episode would be legendary, bro.
All right, Angel, you know what you got to do.
Bro, I just checked the leaderboard and this motherfucker is back at. He's in number 2. So Ishnick. Hey, we rooting for Ishnick now. Hold that number 1 spot.
He's coming for blood, Ishnick. He's coming for blood.
He's like, not
boosting
another
his
guy
heart
getting
out.
ahead of me.
What a scrub. But,
Oh man, Caleb, man, any final thoughts, man?
Falcon, don't call me a bitch and run. You know, you better, fucking come correct. How about that? You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker, I can hang with anybody in this motherfucker. Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Woman Angel, man, what's your final thoughts looking like?
Final thoughts. I mean, I feel like this was a very good overall episode. I mean, we talked a lot of hot topics, from your list to the division recap to the dsav crash out. I think it was a pretty good episode overall. I will say I'll be making my list soon, guys. I know a lot of you guys keep asking about this damn list. I will get this list done. I literally gotta sit down one day and actually just write everybody's name down that I know, and from leaderboards and competitive Speedstorms Discord, just to see if I can even come up with 100 active players. Low key, that's gonna be my biggest thing. Is can I come up with 100 active players? I mean, there is hundreds of active players, but like rating the top 100, that's another thing. But I mean, I think I had we did good. Everybody crashed out. Welcome to the crash out.
Yes, sir.
Hey, this is the Popular Speedstorms. Have a good night to everybody. That came through today and showed us love.
You're not that guy, pal.
Oh wait, that's the wrong soundbite, by the way. Damn, see that? Caleb took over right there, and Caleb just put my hand right there in that soundbite. He wanted to do it. I don't know why.
For?
I don't know, Caleb. Who was that for, Caleb? That's
number 2.
That's crazy.
Oh, I guess Sammy, any final words?
It was a banging show as per usual, and I'll speak for myself. I love that we had Ishnick on tonight. He's always good peoples, and it's always cool getting to talk with Ishnick. I think this is like our 4th interaction ever, which actually says something, to be honest. So I appreciate you having the time to come out and spend with us on this episode.
Anytime you want it, let me know.
Oh, anytime you want it, just give him a call. Whoa!
Hey man, no Diddy.
Whoa!
It's not just girls. All right.
Flirt.
We definitely
You hear that,
gonna reach out again, man. We definitely gonna reach out again. Ishnick. I guess my final words are, I really enjoyed. I said my
my sentiments towards Ishnick blessing us with his presence. So always appreciate that. Um, yeah, it was a fire episode. I feel like we talked about a lot of important topics and stuff. So definitely looking forward to the next episode. Team stream snipers, we got to get ready for tomorrow because tomorrow we're actually playing 2 times. We got an actual match and a scrimmage.
I think am I doing the official and then dropping out for the scrimmage? So
Yes, okay. So from what I have is for the actual match is gonna be me, Angel, Dino, and Caleb. And for the scrimmage, it's gonna be me, Angel, Dino, and Hot Pockets. So
it's gonna be
be action.
So stay tuned for that. It's gonna be spicy.
Yeah, so I want to say, so when should the audience expect the next episode? Wednesday?
Yeah, Dino, check the chat, man. Read all the chat, bro. What you gonna call it?
Next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday,
Yeah,
same
it should
time.
be next Wednesday.
So
stay tuned.
now you guys know our schedule. Wednesday nights, 9 p.m. EST. You can't tell us you weren't able to make it live because you know the schedule.
Gotta start on
So, man,
time.
for sure.
Ooh, he said could be on CP time. He said, you better be fucking.
Mr. Black Flash, I don't know, man. We might have to revisit that Flash.
I was giving y'all time to get ready and stuff. Yeah, I thought it was 9:30. Shit, we on the same DM. Y'all could have been like, hey,
that is true.
It's 9
That
o'clock.
is true.
Get your ass in here. Y'all didn't hit me up until it was like 9:30. So
Nah, it's all good. It's all good.
I guess I will say one last thing. Let's
For
get
sure,
me
man.
unbanned.
Oh,
what I want.
okay. Well, if Mr.
Ishnick still wants to compete, y'all. He still wants to compete.
Mr.
Yeah.
Nell, if you if you're down to unban, then definitely. Hold on, I do want to ask this. So I know I asked this already, but since we're like, you know, doing this here, I guess if you got, well, actually, I don't even know if it really matters now, but definitely get a. Hopefully, there ain't no bad blood, man. You know, hopefully you get unbanned.
Well, I mean, bad blood or not, that's we just got to take it to the streets. You know what I mean?
Hey, the
Speed
speed
storm
storm streets,
streets,
you
man.
know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I feel you,
1v1 for that top spot.
Hey, 1v1 to get free.
That's wild. 1v1 to get unbanned.
Oh,
How much you want this unbad-ish?
I mean,
Show
if
me
it
how
comes
much
down
you
to
want it.
No, hey, I'm happy to stay in ranked. That's fine. But I would like to be able to participate with my friends.
Hey, if you get unbanned,
man.
I will
I
race
think-
with you on the same team.
I think the more the merrier, man. The more people that can compete, I feel like it makes the party more lively.
It does. It absolutely does. I might get my ass handed to me, but that's okay. I'll learn. We'll get there.
Yeah, I mean, it's get experience, level up, get
I'll spend
better.
more time in regulated.
For sure, man. For sure. Hey, so Mr. Nell, if you're watching this, talk
Why'd you gotta
with
be
your
Nell?
homies, man.
He's got so many hosts and all that.
Yeah.
Hey, I was just about to bring it up. I was just about to say talk
bring it up to
with
the
the
host.
homie. Yeah, talk with the homies, the other hosts, and see what y'all could do, man. See what y'all could do. Let's make amends.
I will say, Toxic did bring up a point that, he was also called a snowflake by May, so that's a Benelux player, so I don't know.
Hey, man.
That's two separate teams.
I mean,
Sounds
man,
like
he's
a
still
pattern,
on the
bro.
team.
I know, but it sounds like a pattern. You might want to check, what's in your backyard.
Nah, I feel that. But we'll see, man. We'll see what happens, man. But
Free Ishnick also said that.
Hashtag free Ishnick.
Yeah. I got him on my t-shirt.
Hashtag going. I'm actually gonna make some t-shirts now. That's funny.
Hey.
We'll sell it. I'll sell merch on my Twitch channel that I never use.
Nah, man, but we appreciate all you guys for showing up and supporting the channel, man. It means a lot to us, man, that you guys are being in the chats, keeping it active, chilling with us and being along for the ride. Couldn't do any of this without you guys, so definitely appreciate everybody who comes and decides to spend their time with us. So
see you guys on Wednesday next week.
yes, sir, man. Y'all motherfuckers have a good night.
Y'all
I'll be in chat.
Good night, y'all.
Good night, everybody.
Welcome to the Crashout.
Yes, sir.